Thank you for everybody that's going to come in or is here already. Bernie, on uh, an incredibly sad day, incredibly difficult day,
Yeah,
a shocking day. So I just hope everybody is okay. I know a lot of people are probably still in shock, but we're here because some people might want somewhere to go, somewhere to talk, or whatever it might be. Um, and we'll try. We're not experts at this. We'll go live and we'll see how everybody is. And after that, there's not a lot else we can do. But we can just be here first and foremost, um, to say our condolences, say how sorry we are for his
yeah,
poor family, his wife, his kids, his brother's wife or girlfriend. I don't know. And obviously his their parents, which is just unimaginable, unthinkable, really. In an instant, um, your world can change, and theirs did last night, and so did everybody else's. But here we are today. Barney is here.
hi guys.
Barney, how are you?
Yeah, it's shocked like Brian, the same as you. I got a text first thing this morning off one of my family, and I couldn't actually believe. Well, not couldn't believe it. No one's going to play a prank like that. But you just thought, what a waste. It just comes out of the blue and hits you, doesn't it? That poor Jota. I just thought. Um, Especially, remember I was saying to you that he got married. Well, it was about just over a week ago, wasn't it? And I was looking at it the other day, and his pictures that he's got married, and he's got three small children, and he just and for his, but like everybody's feeling sorry for his, obviously for his wife and his children. It's terrible, but the poor mother and father losing two of their sons like that.
Yeah, like I saw it, and I saw it when I was still half asleep, and I just thought, yeah, that's going to be some, like you said, almost like a fake
Sweet.
story or something, or some kind of miscommunicate, whatever. But obviously not. You don't read words like that and kind of take them in straight away. You don't. We don't expect this to happen. Obviously, these things, traffic accidents, do happen, but you don't expect to read those kind of words the first thing in the morning. It's not really something your brain can comprehend. So it took a while for me to even realize that this was actually real.
Yeah, they said it.
Abdul is here. How are you? Thanks for joining in, Abdul.
I'm fine, thank you. How are you, everyone?
I have done.
Hi.
Yeah, just incredibly sad, isn't it? Sad day for the family, sad day for the club, the fans, sad day for everybody.
Mm. We've we yeah, we have the parade and we have the incident at the parade. You know, it's just life just can be so sweet. You know,
1 minute.
and then in a moment it's like this, but just nothing. It's hard to kind of try and put it properly into words without sound like a clown. Um, but it's not just because he's not just a footballer. He's obviously not just a footballer. That he's been spoken about in the Houses of Parliament today. People, the Liverpool politicians. Um, it just shows you the reach and the impact of something like this. But
I had the Deputy Prime Minister came down to Anfield today. Um, so that shows you how big it is, because you wouldn't think they'd do that for one person, would you? For one foreign player, but um, it's big, and the Evertonians have been putting tributes there as well. You know, it's affected everyone on Merseyside, I think.
Yeah, there's been fans all day. Clubs all over the world holding minute silences uh, at their training. Announcements. All just every club in world football. It's a real shock. I remember it happened to Reyes, Arsenal player. It wasn't it?
Yeah,
Killed in a car crash about 20 years ago in Spain. Uh, and then to hear, I didn't even realize he only got married 11 days ago, apparently, or some people's age 11. But anyway, within the last couple of weeks,
yeah. I remember
and he's
myself
already got 3 young kids.
because
Just
he got married. Who was the other one? Was it Diaz? We had two that got married, and Curtis Jones proposed.
yeah, yeah. I don't even know what to ask, but everyone's Red Chili, Devlad, Peter, Kevin, Reg, Dara, Polo, MK Toe. Thanks for everybody for being here. Yeah, absolutely. Here, definitely, mate, 100%. But what to expect from them? What to expect from them?
Yeah, I mean, I was going to say, Brian, when you get more people coming in, the crowd come in, or the regulars, sorry, not the crowd, regulars. Thought maybe, people could say their favourite moment, or,
Yeah.
when they were aware of him, or what do you think was his best performance, or, what anything that made them laugh, or, those things.
Abdul, you've come in, so if you want to say anything.
It's like it's bigger than football. Like someone passing away, it's very difficult for the people that are affected.
Yeah, especially for two people in the same family. It really is just kind of nightmare stuff. His brother was a promising young player as well. What do you say? What can you say? Just here, I suppose, to let other people do the talking. Jimmy Ozan is saying he's absolutely destroyed, gutted. That's probably the right words for everybody, mate. Absolutely gutted, absolutely destroyed. Red for life. He's our number 20. Kevin saying it won't be the same without that smile. Jimmy, RIP to Diogo and Andre. Rest in peace to Diogo and Andre, and peace and love to their family. Bob is saying absolutely heartbroken with this news. Rest in peace, Diogo. Rest in peace, Andre. The Red for Life saying I always enjoyed the way that Jota played, the way he barreled through defenders, weaving, dancing, and slotting goals for the Reds. Favorite Jota moment, goal against Everton, 21-22. Scored a great goal there last year as well, didn't he?
Yeah, that was the last. That was his last goal for us, wasn't it, last year at Everton?
You might be right. Yeah, with the little 1-2 with Diaz and set us on our way. I hate that super saying. I'm not sure what that means. I'm not sure what that means. I don't know what that means. Red for life. Everything seems surreal. Sorry, someone else saying extremely sad day in our history. Men find it difficult to show tears, but when I saw this news, it was gut wrenching. Gone too soon. Everything seems surreal. Can't believe we'll never see him from play for us again. Well, I mean, this news will have destroyed the camp completely, just completely destroyed the camp. I haven't seen anything from Slot today. I've seen some things from a couple of players, not just their initial things. Not I'm sure everyone's seen those. Jurgen Klopp has spoken. We can probably have a look at what he said. Um, but the guys that are there with him every day of the week. I mean, there's a couple of lads I've seen that are former players, but the fact that yeah, some of those guys that were there every week. Oh, is there stuff? Okay, right. We'll have a look. We can have a look at that. Thanks for pointing that out, lads. Um, yeah, he just released a message. Okay. Um, yeah, the team does need time. That time, maybe going away to Japan will help them bond, but there's going to be sadness. There's going to be celebration of his life, of what he achieved. Like Dara said, he achieved so much. 28 years. Barney, you can take over some of these.
Yeah, no, I was going to say, reading some of these things off the guys, um, I mean, Callagher will be really upset because apparently they were best mates at the club, and that's so he'd be devastated. I mean, they do get together like a band of brothers, don't they? So you can look how close they are as a team. You can only imagine that they are going to be absolutely devastated. And Peter's just saying it feels like he's losing a family member. Um, that's what it feels like, doesn't it? Carragher said that. He said he hardly knows him. He's only seen him because Diego lived just around. Sorry, Diogo lived just around the corner from Carragher, but he said he didn't really know him well. But he said he was a family man. He said he was really invested into his family. He's quite a quiet guy, and his favourite things were all the e-games. Remember we were talking about it, all the because he was champion, wasn't he, on some of the games. Um, I mean, you can tell me if I'm wrong, but did Jota come in during COVID? Is that when we bought him? Because I don't remember him getting on, sort of unveiled at the club. I think he did come in during COVID, but
Uh,
you guys will
just,
know better.
just, yeah, just before, I think. Um, yeah, and the Portuguese national team. Yeah.
I think Brian's looking for the statements, Russell. And
Oh,
Slot.
I have. Yeah, I'm just trying to pre-read it, so it doesn't. I need to pre-read it before I can. I won't be able to just read it as it is, because it'll be difficult to read. Okay. Yeah, Arne Slot has made a statement. I'm sure a lot of people have seen it. Okay, he says, "What to say? What can anyone say at a time like this when the shock and pain is so incredibly raw? I wish I had the words, but I do not know. But I know I do not. All I have are feelings that I know so many people will share about a person and a player we love dearly and a family we care so much about." My first thoughts are not those of a football manager. They're of a father, a son, brother, uncle, and they belong to the family. My message to them is very clear: you'll never walk alone. The players, the staff, and supporters of Liverpool are all with you. Of what I've seen today, the same can be said of the wider family of football. This is not solely a response to tragedy, it's also a reaction to the goodness of people involved and the respect that so many have for the boys as individuals and for the family as a whole. For us as a club, the sense of shock is absolute. Diogo was not just our player, he was a loved one to all of us. a teammate, a colleague, workmate, and in all of these roles, he was very special. I could say so much about what he brought to our team, but the truth is, everyone who watched Diogo play could see it. Hard work, desire, commitment, great quality goals, the essence of what a Liverpool player should be. There were also the parts that not everyone got to see, the person who never sought popularity but found it anyway. Not a friend to two people, a friend to everyone. Someone who made others feel good about themselves just by being with them. A person who cared deeply for his family. The last time we spoke, I can congratulate Diogo on winning the Nations League and wished him luck for his forthcoming wedding. In many days, it was a dream summer for Diogo and his family, which makes it all more heartbreaking that it should end like this. Yeah, I can't read it. Yeah. I'll have to stop there. I can't read anymore. Sorry.
It's just absolutely heartbreaking. But give Arnie his due. That's a fantastic message. Beautiful crafted message to send out. And what's that? I mean, just the last line, is really sad, isn't it?
Mhm.
But, what? Just to lighten it slightly, I was trying to think of all his different celebrations that he did for his little girl. Do you remember, or his son? There was the crocodile one with his hands clapping when he used to go. And every time he got asked about his celebration, then he said it was his daughter who'd asked him to do them. So he did them for her, so she'd see them on television.
3 young kids. Mm. Yeah, sorry lads, I couldn't read it all. I, uh, I will. I'll try and the last paragraph. When the time is right, we will celebrate Diogo Jota. We will remember his goals and we will sing his song. For the time being, we will remember him as a unique human and mourn his loss. He will never be forgotten. His name is Diogo. So
I was going to say the fans will sing. You can imagine the tribute he's going to get when we play our first game.
yeah, yeah. Baz, I know what you mean, man. Reading things like that, you see, like these are the people that are with him every day. Unbelievable words from unbelievable far and unbelievable man. Beautiful words from the gaffer. Uh, Complete devastation, shock today. Can't even get through my work day. It's like I've lost a brother. I suppose we all have in some way, haven't we?
Mm.
You know, that's not a that's not a blow you can take very easily, lads. Um, but yeah, I it was a lovely statement. More will be coming in, but it's not something that, as a football manager, you foresee. You have to be that real human, and when things like this happen, you see who the real what people are, what they're made of. I know our city or their city, the city team has had its fair share, and we know how to, at least if nothing else, we know how to celebrate people and how to honor them and how to mourn them. Well, Carl's here.
Hey, how you guys doing?
Hey, Carl.
Hi. It's always
Mm,
very uncomfortable to be talking about the loss of a life because they're always gone way too soon, and we feel a loss even if it's not a family member, but he is a family. He's part of the Liverpool family forever now, and we want to wish him and his family eternal peace and and the necessary moment to in a certain time, so to speak, to grieve and remember their brothers, their uncle, their father, their husband. Again, personally, Jogo, since the moment that we've met him, and he's become a Liverpool player, he has given us tremendous amount of joy. And at that moment, I feel very icky talking about football, but that was the aspect of his life that I knew him the best. And, and every single time you see him play, and you could see the character that he showed on the pitch, it, you could clearly see that translated in his personal life. I wish that he is with the angels, um, and that he continued to live in all of his family members, and that we continue to learn more about his life.
Do you know what I thought was a really poignant message? Ruben Neves, who played with at Wolves in Portugal, um, he doesn't do social media at all, but he opened up on whatnot, and he just said, "They say we only lose people when we forget them. I will never forget you." I thought that was very touching.
Yeah, yeah, I think that's a sentiment that we need to create around Liverpool, around his family, is that we'll never forget him. He will be eternally in our mind and heart. Because again, he had, so to speak, his whole life ahead of him. He was creating his own little community, and 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 unfortunately, that was taken away from him way too early.
Yeah, as you said as well, we only again we only know him through football, but so we have to kind of look at him and how he was that way for us, but it is just simply someone's son, someone's wife, someone's husband. You know, I mean, just days ago, getting married, all their kids. This is life. Sometimes, sometimes life can just go fuck itself. Baz, how are you, mate? Welcome to the show.
Yeah, big up, guys.
Hi,
Um,
Boss.
yeah, hi. I thought I'd just come in and show some love. We stick together in these times, and yeah, um, I'm not sure I'm going to be able to say much today. I'm literally broken, man. This really hit home today. Um, it. I was telling ends. It felt like it was a family member this time round. You know, not like any disrespect to any other players, but when you got a player that's got a number on his, he's still actively playing for Liverpool. He's coming home.
Mm,
You know what I mean?
mm,
And you hear stuff like this, and you're thinking. I didn't go to sleep till about 4 a.m. UK time, and I saw some stuff online yesterday, like early hours of the morning. I was like, whoever's been putting this rubbish here, hopefully.
mm.
I'm sorry, I felt so angry because it was the way it was. It was like, you know what, maybe you should be the one that's doing that. That's happened to you for talking shit like this. And then I went to sleep eventually, and when I woke up, it was actually true. And I've not been able to do anything today. Like literally, I've got up, I've literally just had a shower. I was supposed to just go on about my day, and instead, I ended up just staying indoors, no TV, no YouTube. And then, when someone sends you a message or you're getting all the messages and phones popping, you just tap on something and it's just constantly what's happened. And it's not even the fact that that he plays for our club. It's the fact that, when the season finished, we were watching little bits of football, what we could get our hands on, you know what I mean? Because we're football lovers here. you know, watching him play for Portugal, and then, you know, just remembering not too long ago he posted that stuff on, you know, on his social media, just getting married. It was like he had a busy summer, and then yeah, I was thinking
Win the
about the
league, win the league, marry your childhood sweethearts.
yeah,
Life doesn't get better.
no,
Doesn't get
no,
better.
Yeah,
no.
you're on cloud nine.
This is it. You know, he was just doing what, you know, he was living his best life, and it, you know, spiritually or not, you know, people have their views, and everyone, you know, I respect everyone's views, but you know, these things, I don't know. I'm very, you know, if I'm not making sense, I apologize, but it's just I'm all over the place. It's just that I just need to understand why 28 years old.
Apparently, Baz, it was driving for the Santander ferry to
Yeah,
come back
yeah,
to the UK, wasn't he? For just in case any of the regulars don't know, he was
yeah,
coming back. He was coming back for training on Monday, and he was getting the ferry because he'd had a lung operation and was advised not to fly.
yeah.
So
No, I read all of that, and I think it was. Do you remember when he had that last injury where he hurt his lung, or he had that body blow? I think that,
Yes, yes. I think
yeah,
it was Brentford. I believe.
that's it.
Yeah,
He had issues, and you know they said it wasn't safe for him to, and they were just getting themselves to that ferry, and yeah, it's just again, it's just the thing is just why, you know, why it's I'm devastated, honestly, I'm devastated.
yeah. I think at times like that, we're trying to understand, and then that's why you're asking the question why. You're trying to understand the events that led to that. Why was he in that road? And then you're just questioning life, the existence of life itself, and I think I think just like Bernie just said, the best solace we could have is that we continue to honor his memory by talking about again specifically for us as a Liverpool fan, talking about the joy that he brought us, the physicality, the love that he showed on the pitch, for our club, for himself, for his family, and we need to continue to talk about him in that light. And in trying to understand, trying to question the early departure of something like that, I think it's too much of a hurtful and a little bit of disingenuity towards him because I don't think he would have wanted that for us. I think he would have wanted for us to
Yeah,
continue to love him and continue to
Yeah,
support him in that sense.
Hammers football is saying that was one that went a bit underreported. Maybe it was just kind of put down as, you know, Premier League star crashes car, but apparently Antonio was very close to potentially losing his life as well.
Yeah,
yeah,
Um, it's, you know, these guys, it can happen. Um, so I'd like to thank everybody else who's coming in. Hammers football is said some really nice things there. This isn't about West Ham, Liverpool football. It's just about life. It's about people.
this is it.
Um, about I don't know, complaint. You know, here's us giving out about him. You know, only a couple of weeks ago. You know, saying he needs to improve this and he needs to improve that. Well, look, you know, we fucking take it all back
yeah,
now. You know,
none of that don't matter.
none of that matters now. You know, it just
Do you know what,
not saying.
Brian? What
Go
you're
ahead.
saying is right, and what a lot of people are saying is right. And I think what it is initially, you know, obviously it's kind of just happened in it. So people on that grieving stages, but I mean, like we all have our different ways of grieving, and you know, however long it takes. I mean, just before I came on stream, I was the mad moment that I thought about was, do you remember when we played Tottenham and Richarlison scored that goal in the last minute, and then literally seconds after that last sort of kickish of the game, Jota gets us that goal and we win.
Yeah,
That's the first goal that's just come to my head, and I just had that smile because, and then his celebrations like calm down, it's okay, and looking at
yeah.
that
Well,
picture, yeah,
Well, you're not the only person. To me, it was Arsenal. Every single goal that he scored against Arsenal,
Yeah,
it's one of my very fun moment for me for Jota. I mean, and then it, to me again, I just love the way he played football as a striker. Again, you don't find a lot of strikers who invite physicality, who enjoy being physical, and
mm,
and that's what he did for our club. And I think when we talk about him to others, and I think we need to start talking about hey, the 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 meanness that he played football was. You hated him on the pitch, but you respected him as a player,
yeah,
and as you can see that from all of the love that he's receiving from the football family in general.
yeah.
You might have hated playing him because he will step on your foot, give you a nice elbow punch, he smack your face while turning around. But again, it
Put his
was all
body there,
about
didn't
his
he?
desire to be great, to do good things for the club.
Yeah,
He
he
was
put
cheap.
his body along the line all the time for us. He was great in the air. I always used to say this, and maybe I got some stick a few times, but I thought he was our most natural finisher. Obviously, Salah gets the goals and that, but in terms of our best striker, I think he was our best one. At obviously at the time and that, and
Yeah.
yeah, it's just like
Was
he
it
did.
Cara? Baz, my head is gone as well. And I read the quote earlier on,
Mm,
and I think it was Cara that was saying it, but I was thinking it couldn't be Cara. But they were saying, look, he said, look, I think he's the best finisher at Liverpool that's been there in my time.
yeah,
He said, look, Fowler maybe he said Torres incredible finisher, smart, but he just said seriously when it comes to being clinical, he said
Brian.
Jota is probably the best.
Do you know what, Brian? Let me ask you this question, all right? Do you even know what foot this guy is, if he's left or right? Because
No,
when he's hit his left and right, it's always been just as good as each other.
and you even mentioned it. I've been saying for a while. He's he had his issues the last year again, but I thought for a while his heading ability was the best at the club.
Yeah. No, but on the size of him as well. He could
Mm.
jump higher, couldn't he, than anybody?
Mm, exactly, Boo.
I Yeah, I thought he'd been taking lessons from Ronaldo, away on Porto. I just thought he was
Yeah,
such a leap.
probably had. But you never expected him to get a goal from a header. Well, when he first came, he didn't, did you? You just thought he was a small player, and the height he could get to. But when he was on his day, Jota, when he was really flying for us those seasons, he was just a poacher. I thought he'd just come from nowhere. And you think, how did he get through the lines to get that in? But he could
Mm.
do it, couldn't
He was a baller. He was a
Abdul,
baller.
sorry, Abdul, what are your kind of when you think of Jota as a player? What are your thoughts? What do you think of when you think of Jota the player?
More like the way he plays, like a five-a-side play, like where he goes into the box and twists and turns and then gets the goal. I like that about him, Jota.
He had that bit of street in him, didn't he?
Yeah.
Shelley Toffee Blue, thank you very much for being in. Condolences to Diogo, Jota's family, friends, LFC. There are no words. May he and his brother Andre rest in peace. I hope that his wife, 3 children, and family find time and peace. It's all we're all hoping for, praying for. Even if you're not religious, you can pray. You can pray for one of these. Pray for these people.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, like I say, it's very easy at the moment. Like, we're talking about football, about what he was like as a footballer, but he was a dad, an uncle, a brother, a son. And I think that's the only thing that's been helping me today. The fact that, I'm feeling quite shit about it, but you know what must they be going through right now? And, Shelley, big up to you. And to be fair, like a lot of the footballing community, that have shown love, and it just shows what the kind of player this guy was. I mean, he was a very humble footballer that was a club legend at Liverpool, and he done well at his previous other clubs. Atletico Madrid he came from, obviously Porto, Wolves. He was loved everywhere, and yeah,
Yeah, we shouldn't forget about the Wolves fans,
Oh
yeah,
yeah,
Porto
they,
fans.
mm,
they gave a brilliant tribute, Wolves, didn't they? Really heartfelt.
Hmm.
yeah.
They brought
Everyone,
him to England. He's their boy. Probably they'll see him as their boy just as much as we do. I think they'll hold him uh, in their hearts just as much as we do, and that's how it is. He's Porto, he's Portugal, he's Liverpool, he's Diogo Jota,
mm,
he's everything. It's to all these people that love him, or have been with him in these teams. Everyone from Naby Keita that you see today, all these people that you know. When I always say like but footballers used to moving on, they know that in 2 years' time they could be in a new country.
mm,
They know that. They know they can be in a new country. They could be playing for Zagreb one week, and 2 years later they could be playing in Norway. A year later they could be playing in England. But
yeah,
they form bonds and they form relationships. And every time you sell a player, you sell someone's best friend, or every time someone leaves a club, someone's
mm,
best mate at that club, maybe not their best mate for life, but their best mate at the club is leaving. Um,
great
so
point.
the bonds that these people will have formed with, I've seen Bayern Munich training, doing minute silences, just from all over the world where you have had connections and all the things that he done off the pitch that are being talked about now. With the women's football and things like that, people bringing up statements are bringing out, their tributes and talking about what he did behind the scenes, as showing up for women's kind of events that he wasn't even asked to show up to. In turn, he wasn't. Oh, can you show up and show support? No, he showed up because he
Mm,
knew what it meant. These are the things that you will hear about these players now. They go under the radar when there's transfers to be talked about, but these Liverpool guys, they have a connection. I hope maybe we will retire that number 20. It will be in some small way a tribute to him. You can never do anything enough, but I think maybe, but he's not just, like I said, it won't just be us that will feel like we need to retire one of his jerseys. It'll be Wolves, it'll be Portugal, it'll be his hometown club.
yeah,
Um,
yeah,
it's just so fucking tough, man. Tough. But like we're saying, like we're talking about this, and you said it, as Atletico Madrid, Porto, Wolves, Liverpool, 28 years, but he fitted in a hell of a lot. He just won the Nations League. Even forgot about that. He won the Nations League this year. Won the Premier League with Liverpool.
yeah,
Got married. The man was winning at life. The
yeah,
man was winning at life, not just football. He got it all wrapped up. He must be thinking you can't get much better than this.
yeah. That's right.
JK is here. JK, thanks for coming in.
Hi,
That's
Jake.
it. Hi everyone. Hi
Big up,
everyone.
JK.
Bless up, Baz. I hope you're cool. Hope you're cool,
Yeah,
man. Very sad day. Real gutted. Um, Makes you appreciate everything you have and stuff. And it was good to see that the whole world sort of joined together and just concentrated on Jota today. No football business and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Every club in the world did it. The IPL cricket leagues all tweeted and stuff. So proper sad day, man. We missed the guy for sure. For sure. And I think a lot of people cried today as well, you know what I mean? Tears were rolling everywhere. Even content creators on live shows and that, they were crying, man. I just wish the best to his family now. Losing two sons in a day.
I know,
Oh,
it's terrible.
terrible. Terrible.
Oh, there is, sorry, bonkers. Yes, thank you. Anybody, if you go to the official LFC website, just put LFC into Google. You see there is an online book of condolence for anybody that does want to sign. And obviously, it's a personal choice. But anybody that didn't know about that, you can just go to the main website, the club's website. Maybe if one of the mods can put a link. Actually, if someone is a mod, can you go and find a link to that
I'll have a look.
and put it in the chat and just title it what it is, if you don't mind.
Yeah, I'll have a
Yeah.
look.
So anybody that wants to go and there you go. Thanks. Bonkers has done it, or Red for Life has done it. Thank you. Thanks.
Thanks, Red for Life.
Thanks for that. Yeah. So, and obviously it's for himself and his brother Andre. Lost two people. Okay, JK, no problem. And also, I just not there hasn't been any. Um, and I'm reluctant to bring it up, but there hasn't been any yet. But I don't think there will be anybody. But I just really like to ask anybody, especially in the chat, don't speculate. If you hear it, we'll just stick to facts. We won't speculate about anything that may have happened or may not have happened because we literally do not know anything yet. So we'll just speculation won't really. I know no one has done it. I'm just saying in case anyone does come in and say, "Oh, I heard this happened. I heard that happened." We won't engage with any kind of speculation. Just purely factual to respect what's happened. We won't.
100%, 100%, and even obviously what Liverpool have put out on their their the website and their statements. Like we've got to respect the family as well because it's very easy to drive up to Liverpool and and stuff like that. I know obviously with how things may be going, may not be anyone at Liverpool from his family at this moment of time, but anyone around the world or anything like that do bump into family members or things like that, show some respect, give them that time at the moment because we all we're all hurting in it, and they are going to feel it the most. So but yeah, you're right.
It's we're like I say, we can talk. Carl, I mean, you were talking about your favorite moment was Arsenal. He's someone who's been here kind of maybe never was like the main man, or out and out number 9 or that, but a guy who he gave pretty much everything. His body let him down, I think, on occasions, but I don't think he ever let us down. I don't ever remember thinking, he didn't try today or he wasn't on it. Maybe cool, that can happen, but I don't ever remember watching this guy thinking, yeah, he's not even bothered. The guy was just kind of pure effort and commitment, which is all you can really ever ask for. He'll go down as well now. What will he go down as? I don't know.
No,
But
he
already
definitely
before.
needs. Sorry to cut you. He definitely needs to go down as a legend because remember he's won trophies for Liverpool as well, isn't it? He's won us games. He's had those clutch moments, but he's also won us games. And the player he was, yes, that what you said there was 100% right. He might not have been the Ronaldinhos of this world, and these mad, crazy, skillful players. But you know what? He was like a little pit bull, man. He'd put his body along the line. He'd pick up injuries for the team. He'd play on the left, play on the right, play as a striker, score headers that, what? Can you even really score that? He was brilliant for Liverpool. Yes, he had, you were right. He had, issues with his injuries, and that's part of parcel of football, isn't it? Unfortunately. But, he kept coming in, he kept getting these injuries and he kept coming back. It took him a little while, like any player, to get there, the runs back and stuff. But last year, in the beginning of the season, he was brilliant. Then he had these little drop-offs, but everyone does.
He scored on his debut for us, didn't he? Come off the bench and scored
8
for
minutes.
us. Yeah, and then the hat trick for versus Atalanta as well. That was it. The thing about Josh, I always thought was, like you'd be looking to Mo, expecting Mo to score because you've got a good chance. But Jota would pop up from nowhere, and you thought, where did that come from? You know, it was the surprise of a lot of his goals that I enjoyed watching.
Modest fee as well, isn't it? When you look, we bought him for about 40 million quid for a player like him, and what he's done for us. It was a bargain. When you deep it, yes, injuries. You know, we talk about injuries, but that's how it is sometimes.
Yeah, Mr. Barter's agreeing with you there, Bernie. His debut, what a performance.
Oh, yeah.
Russell saying Jota had the perfect mindset, came into the club as a squad player, lit up the team. Yeah, high level squad player, very much the kind of one. Yeah, it just fitness. What about that time? Slot subbed on Simeon Jota, first touch from each header from the corner. What a player! Yeah, yeah. I remember that. That was a brilliant moment. Yeah, Simi's first touch was an assist, and Jota's first touch was a goal. Absolutely brilliant. Surgical finisher, warrior, fox in the box, selfless, humble, perfect teammate. Yeah, I think that you just summed them up there, mate, completely. Surgical finisher, warrior, fox in the box, selfless, humble, perfect teammate. Man, first Prem goal of the slot era. Baz, first Prem era goal under slot.
Yeah, exactly. Deluded Steve. You know, I mean, he was a starter, wasn't he? He was the main starter as a striker. Start of the season.
And if I'm not mistaken, he scored the last Premier League goal under Klopp and the first one under Slot.
Did he? He probably did.
Against Wolves. Trying to think who scored that day. Yeah, it was against Wolves. I remember that. Yeah. Also, his brother, rest in peace to him, you know. Both in the same path. Come on, man.
Another promising young, well, you know, what was he, 23, young player, making his own way in the game. Just utterly shocking. Thankfully, there hasn't been too much. No, I know that the Daily Mail went into Daily Mail things. That's pretty much standard behavior from those people. So yeah, we want to allow. Well, we hope that the family get that time. Yeah, just that kind of player, man. Well, like if there's anyone else out there that does just want to call in and even just pay tribute in your own words, just for a few minutes, it's there. That's why it's there. Everyone's welcome. Anybody that like I say, don't all have to be in camera. No worries, Lee, man. Go ahead and keep yourself busy, dude.
Finally.
Yeah, we're just talking about that, Shelley. That goal, that was a huge goal in the title race.
That was our last goal, wasn't it? You know, sorry,
yeah, against Everton.
Yeah. Proper Jota type of goal. I always said Jota reminds me of a street footballer who became professional with it. The way he played football wasn't like your everyday sort of striker. He like how you played in the park when you took your t-shirts down to make goals out of. He played football like that on the pitch. Hence why I think a lot of fans sort of connected with him. And what it was, he came in a time where we had the front three of Firmino, Mane, and Salah, and he was trying to get a piece of that action, you know. So it was a hard sort of job for him coming in, you know, to sort of instead of like to get in the team with them three there.
Yeah, it was quiet, wasn't he, Jota? You know, but when they used to have all the behind the scenes things, you know, where they used to pit them against each other in competitions, the lads loved him. You know, he was full of fun, wasn't he? You know, so.
No, he seems like a sound guy, you know. He loved his football games on computers and stuff, and 3 kids by the time he's 28. You know what I mean? And got married and stuff. So life was good. I think now we would have seen I don't know. After winning the league, winning the Nations League and stuff, getting married, maybe we would have seen a rejuvenated Jota coming next season. You know,
Do you know
and
what? No, I agree, JK, because when I was saying the other day, I'd read that who got married in the break, and I was thinking, I was going to say that. I wonder if it'll lift his game, Though I remember Curtis Jones when he had his daughter, he's playing for his daughter. It's bound to, isn't it? Give him a. That's what I was
little
thinking.
boost. Yeah.
And I thought, I wonder if, if he's back from injury, whether it'll, really boost him to get going again.
That's what I was thinking. Thing is, he was only 28. That's like I didn't know he was at 28. I thought he was a little bit older, but 28. So he had a good 4 years left in him.
Yeah.
In the Prem at least. And Slot really favoured him out of the two, him and Darwin. And for me, a top street football player. That's how I can sum Jota up. He brought it to the Premier League, and dribbling wise, like the goal against Everton he scored was for me typical Jota. We're gonna miss that big time.
I don't expect, that you go into like your son's wedding, and all the families are so happy, and then less than 2 weeks later, you could be going to two of your son's funerals or your husband's funeral.
Yeah.
It's surreal, isn't it?
No, it's not even real, Bernie. That's not a real thing that should happen.
That's what I
That's not a real thing that should happen. That wouldn't. No, nobody should have to go from. Nobody's brain is built in a way that they can cope with going from the wedding to those two funerals in that shit. No, humans aren't really built to process things like that. That girl is just thinking, it starts here. Well, obviously they've got a life together, but they've gotten married and it becomes an official thing. So to go with to go from that to that, I mean, you're not. You'd have to be the world's most mentally tough person to be able to just cope with that, and people will though. But that's what's good about people. Like, they will cope, and they will do it. But that, I mean, some of those kids are only just getting kind of young enough to really get to know their dad. Maybe that youngest kid, maybe in 25, 30 years, he'll only have kind of vague enough memories as one of the kids is really young.
The poor wife, as well. And you just think, she's got a young baby, all her life. So I think when people think that you're mourning your loss of your player, it's not the loss of the player for the club. It's because we are like a family. The club. It's you feel for his family, don't you? You just feel how can that
you don't want to know how they've been feeling since this news came out. Like, we were all shook. Like, I lost my friend last year as well on the motorbike, if you guys remember, and that destroyed me, man. Really, that was tough, man. My best friend, one of my best friends, young, same age as sort of and model, real top, good-looking guy, and he ends up just going straight into a tree. That just fucks your head up. I can't explain. And this came back like memories of that, like, because I seen the car was on fire, and I'm thinking, I don't even want to.
We're not going to mention the video. Yeah, we're not going to mention the video just in case.
I can't just ponder of what they went through, man. I don't. Wish that on no one. Sad, man. Real sad.
Yeah, Spencer saying, taken way too soon. Life is precious, guys. Cherish your friends and family while you have them. I feel so bad for his wife and kids. Truly heartbreaking. R.I.P. Diogo and Andre.
Nice one, Stuart. Spencer.
A lot of people are obviously kind of really. You can just see the love. The love is, for the people, the people around him, not just him. It's not just football. He signed for us in 2020. War number 20 helped us win number 20. Yeah, that'll be his number forever. That'll be his number forever, man. That'll be retired or unofficially retired. Kevin is saying YouTuber answer company league honor. Yeah, got Diogo on their thumbnail and talking about transfers. Yeah, that's cool. These people. And I just did want to make one comment. And I suppose it doesn't really matter to anybody, but I just want to make it clear that if this channel was monetized, if I was in any way monetized, if I was taking ad revenue, super chats, anything like that by doing a stream tonight, I would not be doing this. I would absolutely not be doing this if this channel was monetized. I don't make any money from doing this, not one penny. So I could go live for 200 hours and I wouldn't not do that. If I would not do this kind of stream if I thought I was going to make money off it. Don't think it's right to do it. Would have turned it off or whatever it is, turn off ad money or whatever it is. But anybody that's out there streaming now and talking about this and getting super chats needs to go and have a look at themselves. Really. But yeah, that's just YouTube. It's A9 is here. What's more sad is the mother losing her two sons and the children losing their father and uncle. I mean, this is not to do with football. This is a human tragedy on a massive scale. This affects generations of people. Generations. But Abdul, I know you've been obviously you're sitting in the background, I'm saying, but just if there's anything you want to talk about, anything you want to say, then now this is your show, man. You speak well, so
I don't know what to say. It's just like it's when someone passes away, it's hard to put words together.
Do you think, obviously, do you think they should, should, or, do you think they will end up retiring that number 20? That will become his number for life?
Yes, they will, yeah.
Yeah. Hopefully his kids will get, in a couple of years' time, will get to come around Liverpool and be shown around and seeing what he meant to the club, meant to everyone here, and having that number there, I suppose, will be a permanent kind of mark of respect. You can't, as a club and as people, unfortunately, we know too well how to deal with these things, don't we, lads? We've had too much practice, shall we say? Not saying oh, poor us, why always Liverpool or anything like that. It's just unfortunately there's.
Well, our club comes together, doesn't it? And supports each other. So, like you say, it's no, it's not that it's not news to us. It's just that we've been used to having to take a lot of pain and gathering around everybody. I was reading as well. When they had the Southport victims, one of the little girls who was killed, her dad was running the marathon, for charity, and Jota sent him a video message before, giving him a real boost, for the charity. I think you're going to get all those stories about him coming out now,
Definitely, just one of the good guys. A lot of people, yeah, it's people are still in shock. I definitely didn't. I read it and I was like, or I saw something. I think it was what you sent me, Barney, and I was like, or no, I think maybe it was what Jake. I was like, yeah, that could be fake, or that could be wrong. That could be a mistake.
The Sky Sports one.
The very first, it's kind of it was just a clip. And I was like,
no, but
yes, some like Baz was saying, some horrible. Like he was saying he was seeing stuff at like 4 in the morning. He was like, "That's some horrible stuff to be making up." Just went to bed kind of angry, thinking, "What kind of people would make up stories like that?" And then you wake up in the morning because that's just like, yeah, that doesn't happen. That
Yeah.
didn't happen.
I knew though
There's no
that
way that.
my nephew had sent it, and he's, he'd never put anything out there unless he checked it first. He's really a straight lad, and for him to he sent it to the family, and I knew it must have been true. He would have checked it out before he would have sent something like that.
Yeah, death makes angels of us all.
Yeah.
It's such an awful day. Such an awful, awful day. It's the best tribute now, isn't it? It's just. I know footballers can be seen as being a bit simplistic or whatever, but they what can they do now? Go out and channel this into doing something and doing it for him. I think. Just trying to go out and play for him. So we don't have to win. We don't have to win next year. We don't have to win anything. It's kind of irrelevant now at this stage to talk about winning things next year.
Yeah.
But just to do things the right way in his memory, just to do something for him, because he should be there, He should be there next year. He should be taking part in it. He should be, so everyone is going to be looking around, they'll get into that dressing room and they'll look to the left and he should be sitting there, He should be sitting to the left of me. He should be sitting across from me. Should be Diogo, So we saw maybe when people were talking about people are leaving the club and that, this is a completely different feeling and an energy to what they're going to do. And it will, if nothing else, at least they have that team. They can be together as a team. They can grieve together as a team. And
Yeah.
they can do things as a team. And as a team, you can make a big difference, can't you? I don't know, just even little things.
I think
Little things. I mean, I don't know, Barney. Sorry, go ahead.
I was going to say it must have shocked like everybody in the wider world, because Wimbledon have changed their rules because they can't wear black apparently, but they have changed them so that everyone can wear a black armband in honor of Jota. So it's like huge, isn't it? There's some things happening that you never would have thought would have happened. But I think a lot of it is to do with because of his brother and because of the marriage and the 3 children. It's so shocking.
Oh, if you wrote it, people would say, no, that's too much.
Yeah.
They actually would. I think if you wrote that, people say, no, that's just too much. Got married and then him and his brother too. No, that's too much. It's just like, like that's why I looked at it. And I know, JK, you sent me the little thing. I was like, just looking at it, going, no, I'm going to go back to sleep for a while. That'll be when I wake up. I'll have found out that was some prankster or something. Just because I thought I'd been mocked up, or I don't know, because you're not ready to look at that and go, yeah, that's something that could happen. Yeah, I'm ready to, okay. When you see that, your brain just goes, no, it's probably this, and this, because it's obviously not real. That's obviously not real. There we go. It is. The love shown by Wolves fans is testament to. It's great. I mean, we're talking about it earlier on, Kev. It's not just us, is it, man? All these Wolves fans will see him as one of theirs as well.
Every club tweeted.
Yeah.
Every club around the world, America, even IPL teams, every Premier League Championship team, everyone just, man, this has really rocked the world. This one, really, like, wow. You know, I think they will retire the shirt. I think that's be a top gesture. I think that'd be good.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think that's almost a guarantee.
I think the
Yeah,
players from Liverpool just tweeted in the last few hours and stuff. They probably hit them really hard. You know what they're thinking. You know what they're feeling right now. Wow.
yeah.
Well, that's their friend, their brother. You know what I mean?
Well, I was reading, JK, that a while ago actually, that Jota and Callagher were best friends. So he's
Oh,
going to fit
okay.
well.
Yep. Yeah. He was a likable guy, not a type of guy who will cause trouble. You just get on with it. You know what I mean? Even though his game might not been going great and stuff, he just kept it cool. You know. Top lad, and that's how he handles having 3 kids at such a young age. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So
we all thought it was the PlayStation keeping him awake at night. It was the 3 youngins, man. Not the
yeah, no
Yeah.
one mentioned
it was
that.
the
You know.
3 young kids.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't even know. I didn't. I
I
really
didn't know
don't.
he had that many kids.
Yeah, I'm
I didn't
not
know.
one of those people that looks into the personal lives and
Yeah,
all of that.
normally.
Some people probably would have known. Maybe just from his Instagram, you probably would have known if he shows his. But I didn't know. I didn't know anything about his personal life. But to have 3 young kids and uh, juggling all that, he's obviously level-headed guy. Solid,
Mm-hmm.
down-to-earth guy. They all say, the managers say, I know in today's world it can be a bit different, but just get married. And getting married is the best thing that happens to players, is because number one, it just settles them down. They stay at home a bit more. They become more like, well, they mean when they say get married, what they mean is get married and get someone pregnant. So it gives you a settled family life. You're not out on the beer. You're not that they even not that these guys even would be out on the beer these days. Only the odd 1 or 2 nights. But yeah, just to get yourself settled down, it's the best thing for a player and the best thing for their life. And managers love it when players are married and settled down. They don't really like having some 22-year-old, bling bling kid who they know has no wife, no girlfriend, no ties, is going back to Amsterdam for the weekend or going back to Barcelona for the weekend or going back to Rio for the week. That they know they were kids. We were all kids. We were all young guys back in the day. We're young and young girls. We all had our fun when we were teenagers. 19. Can you imagine the kind of fun you would have been having if you were earning 50, 60 grand a week when you were 20, 21? No wife, no kids. I mean, it gets pretty crazy pretty quickly. No doubt about it.
Yeah. I think
So
having a family and that discipline, it gives you discipline, focus. So he did it the right way. Top lad.
he was
Top
just
lad.
putting it all together, JK. He was just tying it
Yeah.
all together by literally tying the knot, tying it all up, Barney,
Yeah.
Abdul, go ahead. Go ahead, Abdul. If you wanted to chime in on anything we're saying.
I don't know, nothing much to say.
Oh, you're all right. Okay. You're not married yourself.
No.
You don't think that'd settle you down, no? You don't think it'd settle you down if you got
I
yourself a
think
wife and a few kids?
the religion Islam more got me more closer. Like after my dad passing away, I just got more closer to praying and more closer to Islam and just more family, like my mum, be around my mum
Okay.
and stuff.
Sorry to hear that, man. Yeah.
Do you know what I was going to say as well is
Definitely. So it's hard to lose your dad. I lost my dad recently. Bernie lost her dad not that long ago.
Yeah.
devastation, isn't it? But you know what? I was just thinking, you try to take something positive out of a really negative thing. And, so glad he got to have the wedding, the joy of the wedding and, becoming a husband. And, that day must have been put him on top of the world. So, he was in a good headspace,
Yeah. True.
And so no one wants to go. He's gone too young. But I'm so glad that was, that was on his bucket
Yeah.
list, that they
And he
did it.
experienced that with his wife, family, and that he had that day.
Yeah.
And his wife too, Jake. She gets to say to their kids that they were, they were married. They were married, kind of thing.
Yeah.
If you know what I mean. That makes a difference to, you know, I don't know, but just going forward, that they were married as a couple. They weren't just kind of fancy boyfriend and girlfriend, basically.
Yeah.
That the kids had a mum and dad who were married.
Sorry to hear that, Russell, about your grandpa last week.
Oh yeah, okay. So sorry, Russell. I know it just.
Sorry to hear that.
We all know this is this is what happens to all of us as we get older. People, we start to lose people. Not this age is not supposed to happen. Um, he he absolutely had a great career for us, didn't it? Didn't he? He really, I think, when you look back at it, yeah, we've all been a bit picky because that's what we do on here, this or that. But he's had an amazing career for us, hasn't he, Bernie?
Oh yeah, I mean, we're all only human fans. We're all going to have a go if somebody isn't doing well, or you feel like they're getting injuries or something. We're just human beings, and no one ever expects something like this to happen. But for the few times where you're frustrated, there's 10 times and more that of happiness that they give you. And they give the club and their contribution to the success of the club. And what we've done has been, he's been a big part of that in getting the Premier Leagues. And I don't think it was the Champions League with him, was it? I don't think, but definitely the Premier Leagues and the Carabao Cup and that. So you just think, it's just that saying, you never know. None of us do it. You don't spend every day like it could be your last. But we should do, really, because nobody ever knows.
That's why I don't take problems so serious sometimes, Yeah, problems are problems, but sometimes you realize 100 years from now, none of us are going to be here, maybe. So then problems just a problem, man-made problems, Don't stress in life. It's a real eye-opener, these sort of events when they happen and that. Best thing we could do is learn from them,
I've got a friend, and he said to me years ago, if it doesn't matter next year, it doesn't matter now.
Yeah.
And he's, because you're worrying yourself sick over something that you won't even remember next year, the past.
Mm-hmm. But the human race is sort of designed like that, to worry about everything. Yeah, that's the world we live in, Yeah.
I was just looking for a thing there, but go ahead, Bernie. Sorry, go ahead.
Well, I always think, we always used to have a saying in our family anyway, that when somebody dies when they're old, you celebrate the life that they had, but when somebody dies when they're young, you mourn the life they never had. That was just always the way we did it. But twisting that round a bit, I'd like to celebrate Diogo's time with us. Like, man, throw some of the things that made him and us as fans, the fans warm to him. Like, when he was doing those special, when all the players have a special goal celebration, and he went through those things where he used to do his hands up and down like a crocodile's mouth. And he said it was for his daughter. She'd asked him to do it like a crocodile. Then he did the one with his eyes. Remember the little finger? I don't know what that was for, like glasses. He always used to do. I don't know if anyone in the chat can remember what they were called, his celebrations, but he went through a phase, with really goofy celebrations, didn't he, Josh? And I always remember, I think it was Kelly asked him, what are you doing with those? And he said, they're for my daughter. He says, what do you want me to do next? And she tells him,
Yeah, it's the connection. When it's those little things, because they'll have seen it. You know,
Yeah.
they'll have been there. They're very young. They won't kind of maybe remember it and fully take it in, appreciate it, but they've seen it. They can watch back. They know they saw him do it. Not many people get to do what he's doing there for Liverpool. Not many people have done that for Liverpool.
No.
Lifting a Premier League trophy. You know, when you talk about the amount of people that have played the game, he's in a very, very small select group there. That's a great photo. I mean, that's what we should remember, isn't it?
Mm.
That's what we will remember. Not should. That's what we will remember. Nolante is here. Nolante, how are you?
Yeah, good evening, everyone. Obviously, big up for Abdul, big yourself up. Lady B, obviously, Irishman and JK. Yeah, man. Bless Mo. In the chat. I think all of us. I think it's bigger than. I think it's bigger than Liverpool. It's a worldwide thing. I'm still in shock. I'm not gonna lie. I'm still in shock because
Mhm.
it's weird. Right now, I still think that he's still here and he's gonna report to pre-season training. It's yeah. It's I don't know, man. I'm sure you guys already started off and the chat. So yeah, man. My thoughts. As a dad myself, a dad of three. My thoughts are just to his wife and his kids, man. I just hope she has the support of both families and the love that as she will do, and the club and everyone that's close to her to support, because she's going to need the support of everyone. Just so sad, just so sad.
I know what you mean because I was trying to read out Arne Slot's statement, even if you call it a
Yeah,
statement, his thoughts, and I was just like, it just felt wrong. It just felt wrong reading it. It was like this shouldn't be happening like this, like unreal almost. Like you said, that's still an element of shock. It's like, yeah, I'm reading a statement on the club official site from the manager about this having happened, but you know, it still doesn't feel real at all. At all. It still doesn't feel real. Just on some lonely road out in the middle of out in the middle of the night, some lonely road, and boom, it's over, it's gone. And then we're here talking about this. Yesterday we were talking about him. We were talking about him yesterday
mm.
as a footballer. As would he be here next year? Like all these different things talking about, and now that's the most irrelevant thing in the world. It's a completely irrelevant thing.
Yeah, indeed. And shout out to Russell as well. Just heard about you losing your granddad. So again, condolences, Russell. And yeah, sorry to hear that. Sorry to hear that also.
Yeah, yeah. Peter is saying even during his short life, he achieved so much success and brought so much joy to the people.
Did
You know, it's
and you
there
know what?
for him.
It's funny. Yeah, sorry,
Sorry,
Brian. Sorry.
go ahead. No,
No,
please
sorry.
do.
I was gonna. Okay, sorry, Brian. Yeah. No, I was gonna say it's funny because when Diogo first came to the club, that's when we had the Diogo or Werner situation. The Werner stuff, and I was one of them that I liked Diogo. I always liked him as a player. At the time, I thought we kind of should have gone in the Werner situation, but I mean, again, we're fans and we just have opinions of who's better and who's not. And Klopp, good thing we did it with Werner went to Chelsea, which is a great thing. We got Diogo, who I always liked as a player. So even though at the time I wanted Werner, I thought Werner should go Diogo. I didn't have no problem with buying him. And you know what? People can talk and people can say this and that, but he certainly was as a player, pound for pound, value for money, and scored. one thing about Diogo which kind of stands out for me, it's a game that didn't have much, didn't but it helped us in the title race. Was I think was it Norwich we beat? It was someone we beat, one of the Perot sides when we were going for the when everyone in was in the treble. No, sorry, the quadruple, the 21-22 season when we went all the way to the wire, and it just shows the caliber of the man. He scored both goals, and funny enough, my favorite player Joey G set him up with both, and Diogo, one of the what a very underrated header of the ball. And after the game, they were obviously man of the match Diogo, and he got the utmost respect to Joey, and he said, you know what, the balls Joey done were Trent like balls whipped in. And he was like, he always could do that. I told Joey to put it in there and I'll finish it. He always could do that. And it just says the caliber of the man, the caliber of the person, of his belief in others, So yeah.
It's going to leave a massive hole in that squad, isn't it? Massive hole right in the heart of it. I'm sure that you've got some good people there that everyone deals with it in their own way, and especially young men who aren't religious deal with things very, very differently. But and so I know you've got some of the guys that are very religious in the squad as well, which will probably help them. But then you'll have the guys that if that's not your bag, that can be harder. I know for experience that can be harder. If you've got faith and you can go to church and you can pray it out and all that, so that kind of gives people. But those people that don't do that, they have to kind of deal with it in their own way. So they're going to have to look out for some of those people if they, they might not all be like Gakpo or Ali. It's the players that might not have faith. You don't want to go off trying to find solace in the bottle. It's hope. There's going to have to be a lot of kids looked out for in that squad. Even some of the younger players that might be looking up to. If he obviously very popular behind the scenes, but the squad as a whole, I think maybe more than back in the day. Having said that, I think there are a lot more maybe kind of more grounded young men in the squad that can kind of keep it all together, and it doesn't have to be about this or about that. It doesn't have to be about God, or it doesn't have to be. You can just get them together and mourn right and celebrate it in the right way, and just do what they can as players, and celebrate his life as players, right? By going out and I don't know, for as much as you can or as long as you can or what, just doing it for him, if that's even
I think
but
that's what
just doing it
they'll
with
do.
him in mind.
Yeah, Brian, I think that's what they'll do. I mean, I know we're saying, you don't want to talk about winning anything because it's crass.
Yeah,
What's going on. But on a side note, if you were a player like they will be, they'll probably say, let's do it for him. I'm sure they will.
whatever it is they do, even if that's like I say, finishing second, but let's go out there and just play our fucking hearts out for this. For even if that helps, I don't know whether it's something you can do or they'll never.
It's a focus. It's a
But they're
good
not supposed to
focus.
go through this, Bernie, are they? They're not. That's not. You're not tuned to do that as a footballer.
No, it'll
You're
make
okay. Your mind. Sorry, no. I just say like your mind is kind of tuned to. Okay, I'll go back after the summer, right? And maybe one or two of the lads will be gone. Because one or two lads I'm good mate with. Oh, he's been linked with a move away, and hey, yeah, look, he might not be there when he get back. He'll have gone to Germany or he gone, and their minds are maybe a little bit attuned to the possibility of that. One of my best mates in the team, but he might be going back to Spain or he might be going to Germany, but they're not wired for this.
Yeah, I was just going to say, Diaz, he got married recently as well. So he'd be thinking about his, wedding. And and there's his teammate. There'd be so many things going through the head.
A new manager as well. Coming in and having not like, oh, how's he going to deal with this? But a new manager coming in as well that won't know all the lads as well. Like beautiful statement that he made. Yeah, thanks, Abdul. Thanks, man. Thanks for coming in.
Hi, Abdul.
Yeah, this is nothing to do with like football, man. There's no chapter in the book on how to manage a football team about this. No, don't beat yourself up, Peter. We all criticised him, but we.
Yeah.
Know,
Yeah. It's nothing to do with that, pigs. I agree, Brian. Look, we all criticize players whether they play good or bad. It's nothing personal. Nothing
They
personal.
all have bad games, and we all pointed it out at
Yeah,
some
they
point,
do.
some stage.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. Even if you don't rate a player, doesn't mean you don't like him personalized. You just, we all have a players who we think are good or think we should move on. That's just football.
It would have been worse if he'd moved on, because we would have felt terrible, and that. So I'm glad he's still with the club. That we can honour him in that way.
Yeah. Yeah. I agree, Bernie. I think you got. I think we ought to. But to be honest, obviously, there was, as we all guys knows at the start in May, there's questions whether he'll stay or go. There's little links, but after I think the last month or so, it kind of died down. So I was in my head, I saw him as staying anyway,
I
and
did.
yeah, unfortunately, Bernie, and yeah, go on, Bernie. Sorry, no, go on, Bernie. Go on.
No, I was going to agree with you. There was nothing coming out, was there? Like that
Mhm.
he was interested, or we were interested in selling. So you sort of got the feeling that he was here for the season at least, and that So we didn't. None of us spoke about really him going, because you just felt nothing was being said. So you felt he would be staying with us, but. I just feel sorry for his wife as well, because if she's on Merseyside with her 3 children, well, obviously she should go back home. It's going to be a huge thing for her to move if she moves home and everything on her own, isn't it? With 3 young ones, sure the club would help and everything, but it's just such a daunting thing to even have to contemplate.
Yeah, I agree, Lady B. I agree. And all the children are all young. That's the thing. I think his oldest is it 5 or 6, right?
Oh, they're all tiny.
His oldest.
Yeah, they're all.
They're tiny. Yeah, I know they just had one recently. So it's
Yeah.
even. Oh God, yeah. I can't as a dad. Yeah. I can't. What can you do? What can you say? I mean, we're always expressing our opinions, and for her, whatever she does, whether she stays or goes, I just, like I said, just hope. I know she will, as you said, Birdie, which was lovely. Well, lovely said that she'll have the support of the football club and everything around whatever she decides. And this is, it's a difficult one because a lot of emotions for her right now. But whatever she does, she gets the support, and yeah, because I know it's for her and Diogo and their kids. So.
I'm just reading here. The Mirror is saying just months before the fatal car accident, he made a breaking promise to his family. It said that wait, no, it's like go read till they tell you. It said just a month before his daughter was born, the footballer opened up about mental health and family life in a video on his club's YouTube channel. Sitting down with Lee Richardson, the club's performance psychologist, Diogo highlighted how football, being a team sport, can sometimes allow players to mask their feelings. As a team sport, you can sometimes hide or benefit from what the team is doing or not. And in those individual sports like boxing, Olympians, they're by themselves. So when you're not good, you can clearly see something is wrong. So he said he went on to discuss his children, explaining that even after being on the pitch all day, he had to be on it when he came home to his family. he shared, when I go home after playing, I still have a family. I have 2 kids, 3 almost, and the dogs and the stress, it doesn't stop. But in a poignant vow to his family, he said, "You want to be the best father you can be." The star added, "You try to lead by example."
Yeah, I agree, Bernie. That's that's a very stressful. And that's like I said, we're all humans at the end of the day. I think people get whether you're a footballer, banker, etc. Everyone's human, and parenthood, is a lot. And obviously, Diogo the season just gone, and I think Brian spoke about it previously in the show. He admitted he hasn't been 100%, unfortunately since the rib injury. But I think Bernie, you've, wonderfully pointed out, I think it wasn't just recovering, it's a mental thing as well,
Yeah. Sorry,
because,
when I was reading that out, my neighbour
Mhm.
rang me in the middle of it and he cut in on the thing.
Hey guys, how you doing?
Jake, how you doing, mate?
Oh, hey, Jake, how you
Yeah,
doing, bro? Hey, man.
not good, man. Um, I just, it's surreal. Like the weird thing is, we were on show when it actually happened. Last night we were talking when he was like, it's horrible. Can't even think about it.
Mm.
We didn't know. We didn't know, but we were talking. It was about 12 o'clock. It happened. So that's crazy. And I've never seen anything like. I've never lost anyone as a player. I've never seen this. So, and having
No,
autism, I don't know how to react because I'm not very good with people passing away. I don't know how to control my emotions. I don't know what to think. All I know is this is fucking mad. Like all day, all the Sky Sports people are dressed in black. I've never seen anything like it. Like that's how big he
Mm.
was. Do you know what I mean? A
yeah,
massive.
yeah. It
And then
was
you
a
got
shock.
people, and then you
We
got
all woke up
idiots.
on.
You got
We
idiots
woke up.
online saying, "Oh, what transfers are we getting?" I'm like, mate, have a day off. Can we just talk about that? Like, read the room. Like, what is wrong with our fan base? Like, some of our fans just tapped. And they got no emotion. They don't care. They don't care. It's like
Oh wait, sorry,
I
sorry.
don't
No,
care
this guy.
about transfers. I actually
Yeah,
don't care.
sorry, I didn't. So I didn't realize you were talking about someone. Yeah, this guy can fuck right off. Sorry, Tony, whatever your name is.
What's wrong? What did he say?
Was that a joke?
No, he's just basically saying, Jake, just all right. You're just saying, well, you tried to be, but he said, unfortunately, we have to move on and
Yeah,
blah,
he's
blah,
a
blah.
troll. Not a fan, he's a
blah.
troll.
Yeah, troll,
Yeah,
yeah.
just trolling, man.
He's an idiot. Yeah, he's an idiot. Yeah, don't worry. We
No, he's
ignore
not.
him.
But
Yeah, that's
but
fine.
today, our own fan base, I've seen people saying, "Oh, can you give me news on Isaac?" I was like, "Just read the room, man. Like, no one gives a fuck about transfers because I don't. Like, I'm sure you
Yeah,
guys don't. I don't care. All I want is Diogo Jota back. I just want him.
yeah,
Do you know?
Jake.
Do you know if I could get? Do you know my one wish? If I could get in a DeLorean and I could get a DeLorean and just go back and just get him out of that car before it blew up. Like, get him out of there. That's all I
Yeah,
wish.
it's hard to process, man. I know it's very hard. We all woke up. I woke up thinking, "Oh, that's some kind of a mistake, or some kind of
Yeah,
idiot
Yeah, I
prank."
saw that.
It's someone's being an asshole, basically. Uh, but that only lasted about 10 minutes. It's just like we're saying to that, you're not really supposed to. Your brain isn't programmed to kind of read that first thing in the morning. And go, oh yeah, okay, that's something that will have happened. Yeah, I should look into it. You're just thinking, no, 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 internet bullshit, AI, fake, whatever.
yeah,
That's just initially the way your brain thinks, and you're just because that's not a thing that happens.
No,
That's not a thing that happens. He's just won the Nations League. He's just won the Premier League. He's
yeah,
just got married. He's just had a new kid. This guy is winning out like this. Everything is perfect. And then no, that you're just not. Your brain isn't tuned to take that in and go, "Oh, okay, that's the thing that just happened." Right? You know,
They wouldn't let
it's
him fly, Brian. They wouldn't let him fly because he had a lung surgery. I don't know if you know that, but you remember that injury
yeah,
at Chelsea? It fucked him up, bro.
yeah,
It fucked his
Yeah,
lung.
yeah. It is the circumstances. We won't get too into any kind of speculation, though. I know you're
Yeah.
not speculating, but
We're not
we'll stick.
speculating. It's true. It's been
No, no,
said that he had
yeah,
surgery and they wouldn't let him fly, so he's trying to get
yeah.
home
He
to
was
his
going to get the
kids
ferry.
via ferry.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah. He was going to get
getting
to
home
the
to his kids.
ferry.
Like, so sad.
Um,
Do you
So,
know, I was going to say, guys, his wife posted apparently on
yeah.
her social media earlier this week before he died. Yes to forever, after the wedding.
mhm.
oh my God. His wife as well, man. She's so young. They're both so young.
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
weren't even 30. Like, 28, my age, you know what I mean? It's like,
Mm.
Was his brother married at all? Does anybody know?
I don't think so, but again, Lady B, I'm not
Oh no,
100% sure.
yeah,
I
I
don't
don't.
think he
Again,
is.
it's he's being kind of sidelined, maybe a little bit forgotten about in the coverage. Um,
Yeah,
due to the profile of his brother. So, but he surely had a girlfriend, maybe kids, maybe a kid. Who knows? Again, we won't speculate. But if nothing else, he had family, uh, and they were two. Uh, like we were saying earlier on, I don't want to be sound trite about it, but like if you wrote this, so he gets married, and then a couple of days later, this happens, someone's going, no, 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 that's no, you tone it down. That's too much.
hmm.
You try to write that in a film or something. No, no, that's just too much tragedy. That would something like that wouldn't have that. This kind of shit just doesn't happen. It's just insane. It's still like the land. Like there's a lot of people, they might not know they're in shock about this, or will still be kind of, they wake up tomorrow morning and go, no, actually, yeah, it did happen. Even though they've had 24 hours, it'll be, yeah, no, that happened.
Do you know Liverpool have opened a book of condolences as well, guys? So you could just
We
anonymously
have it.
write down
We have the
goodbye, and
link.
I've never seen anything like it. Like, this is real.
Yeah,
Like, this has
someone
never
put the
happened.
link in. Yeah,
Yeah,
someone put the link in earlier on. If someone can put it back in again, I think Red for Life put it back in. I think actually Carl put the link. I'm in StreamYard, not YouTube, so if someone can put it into the comments again in
yeah.
YouTube for the digital, the online condolence books.
Instead of black armbands as well, we got to do more than that. 'Cause we always wear black armbands, but there's got to be like black shorts, just something all season, because he
No,
was huge.
oh, sorry. No, Abdul's been on. This is Abdul's third or fourth time on now, don't they?
Yeah,
No, I was just saying in regards, Brian, with me because I haven't been on the street. I haven't been
Oh,
on when
sorry,
he's been on.
sorry,
That's
sorry,
all.
sorry,
Yeah,
sorry.
that's what I meant. Yeah,
Um, what was somebody's? I missed what someone said. Oh yeah.
I just said about
Oh,
black
the other one is
shorts,
the
man,
worst.
instead of an armband. Can you hear me?
Yeah,
Do you know,
yeah.
I didn't know that. Apparently, Diogo's name was Silver, the same as his brother, but he opted
Mm.
Mm.
so as not to be confused with the other Silvers.
Yeah, he's got a really long name. His
Yeah.
name is a lot longer than just Diogo Jota. Can you
Yeah.
pull that, Brian, to show them?
It's Diogo Jota Teixeira Silva, I think, or something.
That's it, Teixeira.
Yeah.
Teixeira. Like
Yeah,
Alex
yeah.
Teixeira. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
Do you remember
Yeah.
that transfer of him? Oh my God.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
Yeah,
Alex
well, we had a
Teixeira.
Teixeira. There was a Teixeira that we bought, and then there was the Teixeira that
Yes.
we thought we were going to buy, who went
Joao.
to.
Joao.
Yeah, Alex Teixeira. We chased him all summer, and then he went off to bloody China.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember seeing it, but yeah, Brian was right. I think that was Joao Teixeira. I
Yeah.
do
Joe
actually
Teixeira.
remember him. Yeah, I remember him. Yeah.
It's Diogo Jose Teixeira da Silva is his
Yep.
full given birth name.
Yep.
Diogo Jose Teixeira da Silva.
And then change his name to, it must be like D. Pole or something, isn't it?
Yeah, Jota. What does Jota mean? Jota is a Spanish dance in triple meter, so maybe it means Diogo the dancer almost. So maybe he's kind of called himself Diogo the dancer.
Because he's like a fox in the box. He's dancing,
Yeah.
isn't he? Samba.
He was dancing through that Everton defence last season.
That's
Yeah.
beautiful.
I mean-
That was Jota at his best, that goal. The way he just made
Oh,
it from
yeah.
nothing.
Oh,
Loved it.
yeah, yeah.
I watched it about 50 times today. It's just the way
Mm.
the commentators shouts and we won us. He won us that game 1-0. So
Crucial.
that was a good thing. He
Crucial.
got us that. I'm happy he did that.
Yeah.
He's saying his funeral start tomorrow at 3 p.m.
Oh, okay.
Yes. Yeah, it's
Yeah,
very quick. Yeah, it's very quick.
Yeah.
They're doing this. You know?
That's Portugal.
I feel, I'll probably be away. Yeah.
Who's getting a phone call?
Not me.
Don't answer.
He
No, it's
he
not.
could,
No, it's not a
guys,
phone call.
he
Sorry,
could jump. He could jump so high for such a little guy as well. Like when he headed the ball, it's like a salmon out of water, wasn't it? The way he jumped up.
Well, I've been saying it, man, for a couple of years. His heading is superb,
Yeah.
and I'm like a joke or whatever. But I was saying, like, he's been getting tips from Ronaldo because the way he could leap
Yeah.
and hang a bit. I mean, why wouldn't you?
Yeah,
Why
he
wouldn't
likes
you? You
Ronaldo
know?
as well. Like he really respected Ronaldo. Ronaldo put. I'm not Ronaldo's biggest fan, but what he said earlier was lovely for Diogo. He
Yeah.
did put a nice message out.
Oh, there. I mean, yeah, all that stuff goes out the window. Harrison, how are you? He wasn't that little. That's quite small for a footballer.
How tall
Anything
was
under
he?
6 foot,
5'10", they say.
5'10".
5'10",
That's small
That's
for
still
a
small.
footballer.
That's still small.
for a footballer.
Fair play though. I'm only a little bit bigger. I'm 5'11". I'm about the same height as David Beckham, man.
So that's when okay. That's one way of comparing yourself to David Beckham, I suppose. If you
Well,
can,
he's famous footballer and he's 5'11", isn't it?
yeah. So yeah, I'm just like David Beckham. Me, we're the same height.
I wish I was like David Beckham.
But look, he's got the trophies. I mean,
Yeah.
they were only showing it yesterday. The LFC channel was doing. They did extended highlights of every game from last season, all
Yeah.
in one live premiere yesterday. So you can go back and watch it, obviously. And it was on for about 4 hours, so I was kind of dipping in and out of it every now and again. And
Yeah.
especially in the early parts of last season, obviously before he got injury. I mean, he was superb. He was great. When you look back, he was playing really, really well. He was the first choice through the middle.
You know,
He was just great. It was kind of like
he played his
what you
part, you know what I mean?
big time, JK, didn't he?
Yeah, he
Huge
kicked off,
part.
like, for me, that goal against Ipswich kicking off the season. It was an exciting sort of thing. Like, Darwin didn't start, he came in and he scored. And for me, I was like, okay, sorted, happy days. And I reckon them injuries with his lung and stuff,
Yeah.
someone falling
That
on
is a
top of
bad
you.
one.
It was the bad one, bro. Hence,
That's, oof.
Yeah, the club kept it away from us as well. They didn't let us. Do you remember everyone was saying, wait there, why is Diogo not back? Why aren't they telling us, what's going on? And like, it must have been a lot worse than what they let on. Because if he's
that's
had
what
to
they
have
do
lung
normally. They don't want
surgery,
to overstress the fans by saying it's this,
Yeah.
this, and this. But at the end of the day, he was fit enough to start for Liverpool again. So I think it might have sort of hindered his game a little bit. We don't really know. But for me, it weren't a thing that you really want happening. Some guy landed on it. Happened twice to him, didn't it?
Yeah. Sometimes
Yeah.
the club needs to read the room a bit themselves, because sometimes it feels like they're not in touch with us as what they should be. That's how I feel sometimes. I feel like they should be a lot closer to the fans than what they are.
There's also, I don't want to get technical on this,
Hmm.
but it's actually illegal to speak about someone's medical condition
Yeah.
publicly. You can't just go out on social media and say, "Oh, and such has cancer."
No.
If you're not allowed, it's actually so you can't actually say that much about someone. Like if someone has a severe injury,
Yeah.
like
But
someone like
the
Jota
club do
has.
distance themselves from the fans, so it's
Yeah, but
not.
you can't come out. You can't just come out literally and just say, "Oh, he has a punctured lung, fractured rib, 3.4 point, blah blah blah," and he's got this, and like they can just say he has a rib injury and that because it's that you unless you have someone's consent, you can't actually speak about give their like your medical history, your medical records are sealed.
Yeah.
So they can give away a lot, and that's but the problem isn't really with that for me. Is the problem is that when the clubs don't give everybody all of the information all of the time. People
Yeah.
just fill in the blanks themselves.
Yeah.
And that's where you get bullshit. So people don't have the patience to wait for things to come to fruition. And look, you'll
Yeah.
find out in a month. It's like, no, I want to know now. I want to know now.
Yeah. And
They're
then you
not
got the
telling us. So,
ITKs making shit up, don't
oh,
it?
it must be this. It must be that. It must be this.
Yeah.
Because if it wasn't, they'd surely tell us. No, if you were an adult, you just wait and find out. But no, you have to know tomorrow. You have to know right now. So people
Oh,
fill
Brian,
in.
have you seen this engagement farming as well? Have you noticed these people? They put these tweets up. There's some tweets today, some horrible dark tweets about Jota, right? And people are just trying
Well,
to
no,
engage.
let's not even let's not give them the
That
oxygen.
PSG guy. Have you seen it? Brian, have you
No,
seen
we
what he
won't
said?
even give him the oxygen. Yeah,
No, I'm telling you, right?
seen.
He's
No,
just
I've
doing it
seen
to
it.
engage. That's what I'm saying. These people, they engage because they got a little blue tick next to their name. And
Well,
I think
as I
it's
said before,
disgusting.
man.
But what I've seen today has been
Sorry, go on,
sound.
Jake.
Like every club, every fan
Nah,
club,
you need
Arsenal,
to
United.
dig a bit
Well,
deeper.
hang
There's
on,
some
Jake.
really
Let Jake
dark
out.
stuff.
No, lads, we're not gonna
I'd
talk
rather
over
not
each
see
other.
it. I can
Yeah, but
imagine.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
it's all over the fucking timeline right now.
We're sure it is. But I just let JK. We're just gonna let each other kind of. We're gonna be chill tonight. We're gonna let everybody have their say and just not talk over each other. We're just gonna
I'm not
try.
talking about
I know people are hyped up. I know people are hyped up and stuff. But
not talk about the negative parts of it. That's the bit.
yeah,
Yeah,
thank you.
exactly. I'm just remembering the guy, the player, the man.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's what he
you
just
know,
said.
And that picture in front of us on the screen, and that just sort of clarifies who Yota was. He deserved that trophy, you know.
Yeah, I agree.
You know, just everyone played their part last season, and I think his goal against Everton, Palace as well. Top pro, no headache, nothing. Just got on with it, and he had his injuries, and that's the way life is, you know. I think we would have seen a top Yota next season if he stayed, you know. So
Yeah. Do you know, I always thought about him, JK. You know, the way with some players, the likes of Mo, you know, you thought when you need a goal, you think, well, you know, we've got a good chance with Mo. Mo will pull it out. And I was always pleasantly surprised with Jota. You know, sometimes I wasn't expecting a goal, and he'd just pop up and out of the blue. You know, he was a real poacher, wasn't he? For
he was a
goals.
poacher, yeah. And he was actually a better player than I thought he was when we brought him from Wolves. I was
Yeah.
like, yo, who's this guy? Like, you know, he was better than what I thought he would be. So
Mm.
for us to sign him was a major. Like, no one actually pointed that
Yeah,
out.
we
Like,
did that quietly, didn't we? No one knew about that.
no
No
one knew about
ITK
that
knew
one.
that.
And I thought, what? Like, yeah, like no, all of us were surprised.
Yeah.
Not really understanding it.
When I heard he was coming was when it was on Sky Sports. They said Diogo Jota had left the training ground for and circumstances or something, and then I knew, oh yeah, we're going to get him. Something's going on. Because it was around the transfer window, and he wasn't in Wolves. He left the Wolves training ground when we were looking for a striker. So it was. I was clicking it then. I didn't say anyone, no. I just thought, yeah, I think we're going to get this guy.
It
And
was a
we did.
very out of the blue.
Yeah.
pick up a big money, but you could see we had obviously been watching him, not just we'll throw 45 million at this guy. We'd obviously be watching him.
Yeah.
Took a lot of fans by surprise, but I suppose he pretty much kind of won everybody over. Like I said before, he wasn't always, the greatest. He wasn't always the best player, and no one's going to say, "Oh, I always said he was brilliant." No, we criticize him. All irrelevant now. But his body may have let him down, but he never let us down. He was never one of those players who, even if he had his worst game in a Liverpool shirt, you're not looking at him going, he's not trying. He
No,
doesn't give
no,
a
no,
shit.
no.
He's not working. He's had a
Yeah.
bad game. Yeah, he's off it. Everyone has a bad game and they're off it. But it's nothing but effort. You're never looking at him going, come on, he's phoning it in here, get him off the pitch. This guy was nothing if not 100% like effort all the time, even when it wasn't going his way and it wasn't going our way. And even when it was those kind of games, he had that innate ability to find a little bit of space, like Barney was talking about earlier. Like he'd pop up in a little area and you go, wait, hang on, where did he come from? Or how did he get in there? And he could, if he did get just that one chance, even in a
Yeah,
bad game, he could finish because his finishing was so good off either side. Like someone asked earlier, what foot does he even play off? Is he left or right?
Yeah.
Because he can finish
He
with
can play
both.
both. Yes, yeah. Spot on, Brian.
He's ambidextrous and he can play both, can
Yeah,
he?
great little play. I think it was Baz. I said that asked it, wasn't he? He said like, do you
Mhm.
even know which foot he plays off?
Mm.
I'm sure he's
He can play
probably
off both.
right footed, but so you wouldn't know it. Like that's why talking about players like Salah wouldn't be able to play through the middle. You need to be kind of 2 foot. Jota was just purely, and that's what allows him to score a goal like the goal he scored against Everton, where Jacob he takes the touch on the right, brings it inside the other guy with the left. He
Yeah.
finishes with the right. He's got both. Brilliant, absolutely brilliant. I mean, I can't believe, like, I'm trying to think, like, what am I even talking about here?
Remember the header against Not Forest as well when he came on?
The one where it was the
Where
first
we
touch,
needed
or
a goal. Where we needed,
First
yeah,
30
yeah.
seconds. Yeah.
yeah, it was Simicast. He came on,
Yeah.
Yeah.
as someone pointed out
Yeah,
earlier on. He
Simicast and
came on with
Jota's first
Simicast.
touches.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Simicast's first touch was the assist. Jota's first touch was the goal.
Yeah, and his
Incredible.
header.
That-
Little
That's
header as well, like little baby header. Boop.
That's what I meant, though. When you say like most goals, you can see them coming, can't you? You can see Salah, teeing up to looking for the goal. You could see, Gakpo. You can say, for me with Jota, they come from nowhere sometimes. They're a complete surprise. How did he do that? Like you're just in the right place at the right time. He could get through the lines, and I that for me that was his best part of the goals for him.
Yeah. He could slalom through, can't he?
Yeah.
People didn't really say he was a technical guy, but I think he was, because some of his goals, he was actually dribbling through people to get the goal. Like against Everton, he took out about 4 players.
Oh, in one shimmy, he dropped 2.
Yeah.
And then he had one more left to beat, and he did that with a touch
Yeah,
inside, and then it finished to beat the keeper. So it was
people don't understand some of his goals are proper world class goals. They just he makes them look simplistic, but they're not.
Some
They're quite hard.
play, when you look at it, some of it was a bit like Verts.
Florian, yeah.
Yeah, I'm watching him weave in and out. That's what Jota did, so it was very similar in some of his games.
Yep. And he's never going to get to play with Jota now. It's horrible.
Yeah, this is, like I said,
all the new players are never going to see Diogo. It's tragic, man.
Yeah, we're like, I'm sitting here and I kind of we're talking about the goal he scored, and then it's always like, still you're kind of like, why are we talking about this?
Yeah, it's like he's going to hit another one in, and then you think, no, he's not. It's like, it's mad, isn't it? I can't
Like
explain it.
Nolante said a minute ago, he still expects him to be showing up for training tomorrow.
It's
He's
not
still,
registering. It's not hitting, is it?
Imagine our poor lads going into that training thing. They'd be absolutely devastated.
um,
I'm sure they'll watch colour. I mean,
All the boys are coming home anyway because I've heard a rumor that everyone is coming home from their holidays now.
Well,
Like
his
they've
funeral's
cut
on
their holidays
Saturday,
off.
so I would imagine a lot of them would go to that.
Yeah. I'm
well,
waiting for
everyone-
Mo. I'm waiting for Mo to say something because I've heard a lot of the players, but I haven't heard from Mo yet. I think it would have hit Mo very hard because they were very close, apparently. More close than what we realised.
But they've been there. I mean, Mo's here a long time.
Yeah.
They'll know each other years. Like
Yeah.
Joey Gomez, the likes of Gomez, BBD,
Yeah.
Robbo, all the
Ali.
early boys. Like obviously, everyone will be fucking devastated. But these guys know
Yeah.
this. They've been playing with this lad for 5-6 years.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah. I
it's
still
Brother.
see his video in my head, guys. You know the video when we signed him and he was in the dressing room and he came out and he was like, "What's happening? What's happening, lad?" Do you remember what he said? He was just like, "Little,
No,
what's
I don't know.
happening?"
No, okay.
He had the red shirt. He had the red shirt on. He was like, "What's happening?" That was his little slogan for the video. His revealing video when he signed. Yeah, you could put it up if you want. We could watch it.
I'll have a look for it. I'm just doing something. I'll definitely
Nice,
have a look
be
for
nice to see little clips of him.
it. Yeah. There's been a lot of incredible tributes. I mean, Jurgen Klopp.
What did Jurgen
You know,
say? I'm not happy with Jurgen, but what did he say?
well, yeah, Jurgen is just like someone fucking slapped me in the face. This is a dream. This is not real, right? Basically
Yeah,
saying this is not it. Has it already been announced, Morton? Morton is saying that we're retired to number 20? Has that already been announced? And as Trill a minute, and we have to keep mentioning this as well. His younger brother Andre
yeah.
had also lost his life in that crash.
Yeah. R.I.P. to his brother. Yeah.
Did you know as well, guys? Did you know that his favourite footballer to watch was his little brother? He said it in an interview. They said, "Oh, what's your favourite football player to watch?" And he laughed and he went, "Well, it would be my brother." So
You know,
that's sad, man.
sharing the life together. You know, he's like, look,
Yeah,
you may not have made it to my level, but you're gonna, he's gonna share some of it with him or whatever. You know.
yeah,
I was thinking the fact he's gone, he was going to Santander with his brother to come back to the UK. His brother must have been supporting him, coming back with him, wasn't he? Because he plays in Portugal, doesn't he, his brother?
mm.
Yeah.
Yeah, Morgan's saying it's been announced. It has been announced by the
Oh,
club.
that's
But they
great.
haven't
That's
retired.
Well,
nice.
we've retired the shirt.
Yeah, we
Have we?
retired number
Nice.
20.
That's a touch. That's a
Good.
touch for the
That's
club.
good. That's great. It'd be nice
That's
if
a
we
nice
wear
stuff.
black shorts for the season, guys. Do you agree with that? Something
the
more than
season,
an armband, like black shorts.
Yeah. Yeah, I think something more than an armband. Yeah,
Yeah,
it should be for the season
Yeah.
as well. Yeah, it should be for the
Yeah.
season.
I think.
A black
Yeah. I
crest
think.
or something.
Mhm.
well, I think all black. I do black shirt, black shorts, but I don't know if they'd let
No, you
us
can't
do
do
something
that.
like that.
No, they didn't do that
That
for
might be
Hill.
too much.
So,
Yeah, that'd be a bit too much. Yeah, I don't think the lad. But yeah, I hear you, Jay, but that'll be a bit too much. But there'll be something.
yeah.
There'll be
Yeah,
something. They'll do something. Just keep it, whether
Yeah.
that be. And yeah,
I'll tell you
and
what,
that's
a
and that's.
bit bittersweet, but can you imagine the cop and the fans of the game singing his song? He'll just play, they'll sing it over and over and over.
I think.
Yeah,
Are we even going to do a preseason? I just don't. It's next week, and I don't. I just can't see how the players are going to be able to do it. I
You
can't
know,
even see myself doing it. Do you know what I mean?
I think what they should.
it,
I think what might be nice. Obviously, like they retired the number,
Yeah,
but maybe in one of the games or something like that, if everybody wore 20,
Yeah.
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 Everybody just
Oh, I think.
one last time.
Yeah.
Well, and even with his name on it as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everyone wear 20, or everyone wear. Yeah, if the ref has to know what their number is in case something happens, then yeah, everyone wear their number, but everyone has his name.
I don't think
Do you know when we signed him as well? The kit he was wearing, it had like little green and white collar. Do you remember it? It was like
Mm-hmm.
he had the color. It was like the Welsh colors. It was like a white and green collar, and then like red. But it's like a striped white and green collar. Do you remember it?
I remember the one. Yeah,
Yeah.
it had that kind of throwback to that.
Yeah.
Kit, if you look on it. Yeah.
And so when I think we signed him the same time as Tiago, right? It was the same season, wasn't it? Because they were both in that red and with the white and green collar. I swear it was the same transfer window. Am I wrong?
He came in during COVID, didn't he?
Yeah, Tiago did as well. I swear Tiago and Jota were the same transfer window. Can someone correct me if I'm wrong?
They were, Jake. They're both in the same transfer window.
I thought so.
Yeah, they were. Yeah. They were
Diogo was the later one, right? We had Tiago. We did that with the Tiago Alcantara song, and then we did the Jota signing was like literally like a week and a half, or about 4 or 5 days later, right? It was all around the same time.
Yeah, him, Diogo and Timmy. They were all signing the same transfer
I remember
window.
the same kit. Yeah.
Yeah, that kit, I didn't like that away kit. I thought that was horrible, but you know.
Oh, with the blue swirls and that.
Yeah, the green, for that season when
It looked like army.
Diogo
It
first
looked like
came.
an army camouflage thing, didn't it?
Yeah. I really thought that was horrible. That was one of the worst kits I've seen us produce, but yeah.
And
I mean,
Thiago and Virgil van Dijk. I hate that kit because that's when Virg did his ACL, and what's his name? Richarlison took out Thiago, and they were both out. And Gomez. We had 3 major injuries, didn't we?
yeah, I think Brian, Lady B. Oh, hi, Dara. I think Jay. I think Brian, Lady B, and JK. We've all discussed this.
Sorry, I was cursing myself. Sorry, I skipped over something.
Oh, okay. No, that's all right. It's all right, Brian. No, all I was gonna say was I was just saying to Jake. I think you, JK, and Lady B would discuss this. I've said that season, if it wasn't for obviously injury permitting, but if the club would have done the due diligence, I've said it, and just get a decent defender that could have just done still out the season, we would have won that league. We would have done a back to back.
Yeah,
we definitely would have done a back to back.
We had to have Henderson in defence, and Fabinho. It's like, what? Fabinho's a midfielder, just go and get us a centre back. And then what did they do? They panicked at the end of the window, and they got in Kabak and Davis, and we were all like, what the fuck is this? Well, what are they doing? It's not good enough. Act like a big club and get the centre backs in the transfer window. Don't panic on the last day of the transfer window and then, get a loan deal for Ocean Kabak and then some kid from North Preston. The hologram, I call him, Brian.
I know.
I was going to say, sorry, but I'm going to go because if I think anything other than Jota at the moment, it's like I want to hear like positive things, and not like having to go at the club or anything like that. It's sorry, it's just me, Jake. I'm just going to take myself off, and I'll see you again later or tomorrow. Sorry, Brian.
Okay.
What did I say that was bad? Did I say something bad?
No, not bad. You're just saying, what? Look, just like having a go about the club. They should have done this. You should have done that.
I'm just saying about the transfer window.
I know,
but Brian said we didn't have a defence. We could have won. I was just adding on to what they were talking about.
Yeah, it's just
I wasn't. Yeah, sorry, Barney. Go ahead. Go. You finish your. If you want to leave, Barney, if you want to say anything before you go.
Yeah,
At
no,
least
just we've just.
No, Bernie, you stay. I'll go. It's
no,
fine.
Jake.
No,
No, no.
Jake, no. I'm just saying, I've got my neighbours knocking about. I've got to help him anyway. He's got Alzheimer's. But no, I just wanted to like not look at for any negatives at the moment and like try and find some positive. I know this, you can't find
Yeah.
positive in what's happened, but just like try and keep it light and that, you know, because it's all this show is about a tribute to Jota. That's all I meant. Okay, but anyway, sorry guys, and I'll see you soon. And to chat, it's really sad. I'm sorry for everybody and how they're feeling, and you never walk alone. That's all. Bye, guys.
Okay, thanks, Barney.
All right, Lady B.
Okay. Yeah, you know, like we say, I don't know what to say, but yeah, it is just, I suppose, a tribute to the man, and we can get onto other things, I suppose, accidentally, but I know I fully. Nobody has to leave. Nobody has to feel bad. It just. But yeah, it is. It's difficult. It's hard. People. I know to look at it differently. To talk about it
Yeah.
all the time or whatever it is. You know. What Jake's gone. Okay.
Oh boy. Okay. Oh.
Yeah. So yeah, I look. I look. That was fine. Look, it's
Yeah.
it is. It is the way it is.
Yeah.
Nobody at fault. Nobody to blame. But
No. I think.
way of doing things as well. So
Yeah. And, yeah. Things were just taken, but I guess it's a day of emotion. So
yeah,
yeah.
clearly, no, definitely. You know, it's like I said, you were saying that you're like, yeah, going to wake up tomorrow and find out this was all kind of some wrong nonsense
Yeah.
dream.
Yeah. It's just like I said, Brian. It's just going to be, as we spoke offline. It's just going to be, even once we start next season. I'll just be. It's still. I think it's going to take for probably you yourself, maybe, and you can correct me if I'm wrong. And JK and the fans, it's still going to be a time where, we're halfway through next season, we're just going to process. Oh, Diogo's going to come off the bench, or he started. It's just so weird. You're just gonna wake up thinking he's gonna come off the bench, or be Wirtz in the middle, Salah right, Lucho gap Cody and Diogo through the middle. It's just, yeah. Oh boy.
I know what you mean, bro. Yeah, you think for me, he's gonna be part of the club forever.
Yeah, JK.
You know what I mean? He's just part of the club now. Yeah, man, real weird one. And I don't want fans to fall out. You know, everyone's got a view and stuff. Keep it respectful.
Yeah.
We don't need like fans to content creators to sort of argue about this topic, bro. There's nothing you can argue about this topic for me. Don't go OTT with it. How you feeling? For me, football takes a back seat right now. For me, I feel for the whole family, the mum, the dad, using two sons. Bro, you can't protest that.
Well, like I
So
said
right
earlier
now,
on, JK, I said earlier on, man. If this stream was monetized, I wouldn't be doing it. I would not be doing, like some people are mentioning, or different. Like, I would not be doing this show if I was making ad revenue off it.
Sorry, guys,
that would be
my
making
phone died. So I don't
no.
like, if
No
I'm going to go, I would say bye, or I'd say like I'm going.
All right, no worries.
Oh,
No worries.
okay. Well,
I didn't mean to. I didn't mean to upset Barney. I really didn't.
No,
I
Jake,
was
you
just,
didn't.
It's cool, man.
No, you're
It's
fine.
cool.
No, you didn't do.
yeah.
You didn't.
It's just you
do
were
anything
talking about
to.
defense, and it just got me off on why we, because I'm autistic, I go deep. So,
Okay.
like I was trying to explain how we didn't get that league, because you said we didn't get that title and we should have. So
Yeah.
then I was
Yeah.
trying
I
to
did.
explain how we didn't get it.
Yeah.
That's fine, man. That's
Sorry about
fine.
that. Sorry about that.
Yeah,
No, no,
that's all right,
look,
Jake. No, because I
uh,
just we're talking. I was
I
just
just want to
asking.
say sorry. Like, I don't want to upset anyone on a day like today.
Nah. Bernadette's,
Jake, no, you're fine.
you
You're
know,
fine. There's no disrespect to
we're all
anything.
family here.
We're just
We're
talking.
all
Yeah,
family
we're
here.
all just talking, isn't it? Yeah.
I
Just
feel a
talking
bit,
in
Barney
I
general.
will,
feel a
Barney
bit
will
upset
understand.
now. I feel a bit emotional. Like,
No, Barney will understand. Don't
That's
worry.
all
I'll
right,
talk
Jake.
to Barney if
I
she's
think it's
not
just
listening.
because of Jota and everyone and everything.
Everyone's
Yeah.
pissed off, bro. Everyone's sad. Everyone's shocked, man.
Yeah.
I think the shock is the main thing.
I think it's hitting
Like,
me now that he's gone. Yeah, he's gone,
everyone's just
and
shed a
I
tear.
feel like a
Yeah, man.
baby now. I feel like a
Everyone
baby.
shed a tear, man.
It's all right,
Everyone shed
Jake,
a
mate.
tear
You're all
today.
right, man.
It's
You're
all
all
right,
right,
Jake.
Jake. You're all right.
You're all
You're
right,
all right.
Jake. Don't worry, Jake.
You're
It's
all
all
right.
right. Well,
We're never going to see him again, though. Like, he was such a legend.
mm,
No, no,
I don't know how to take it because I've never seen a Liverpool player pass away.
take it
I
easy,
know, man.
Jake.
I know.
Take it easy.
I
Yeah.
am sorry if I upset anyone because it just.
No, no, no. Look, you
Jake.
didn't. Look,
No.
in times like
you're a
this,
passionate guy, bro.
Jake.
Don't worry about it,
Yeah,
man.
don't worry,
Don't
Jake.
worry.
Don't worry.
Don't
Yeah.
mistake a passion for emotions and stuff. Like, everyone's passionate, bro. If you knew how, like,
Yeah.
all of us gone through today, bro. Even
Yeah.
even
I don't know
Fozzy as
what
well,
happened
bro.
then. I seen him doing the shark thing against the Arsenal fans, and then I just started crying. Like, when he did, did like the baby shark to the Arsenal fans.
Yeah.
Yeah, doing it for his baby daughter, man. He was doing it for his baby daughter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what Bernie was saying earlier on. Like people were asking him, and Dara's here. I know you're here. Don't worry, Dara. But people are
All right,
asking
Dara.
him
All
what's
right,
the
Dara.
deal with the celebrations.
Hey,
What's it
Dara.
to? He said like, oh my
Hi, Jake.
little daughter asks me to do
Oh
things.
God, I'm broken, man. My dad's
Yeah,
never cry.
yeah, yeah. See,
Oh,
he's just saying whatever
This
she
sort of
asks me to
thing
do,
will make
like
you
do
happy.
little things, so it's for
I
her.
feel like a baby. Like, I never cry. I'm sorry, guys. I bet you think I'm a right pussy now. Like, what the fuck?
No,
We're
you
not on the
don't do
baby.
that,
We're
man.
not at
Stop
school here,
shitting
bro.
around here, man.
We're
You
not at
don't do
school
that.
here, bro.
We all need to show
We're grown men,
humility.
you know what I mean?
It's
We're grown
healthy.
men here,
Trust me.
man.
Believe me.
Just
You're a
hit
grown
me.
man
Do
in
you know
it.
what I
Just
mean?
go.
I was trying.
When it
Jake,
hits you, and you're just like, it hits you, and you're like, fuck, I'm not going to see him again. It just hit me. It's like, oh God, I'm all right
Yeah, it
now.
hit me as well, man.
I was trying to read out Arne Slot's statement earlier on, and I only got about 3/4 of the way through it, and I had to stop. I know how you feel, man.
Caught you
You're
up,
not
yeah.
supposed to be able
And
to do that
certain
stuff.
things
So
hit you, didn't they?
yeah, like I said, don't worry. You haven't offended Barney. Long term, I'll talk to her as well. Don't look. These are difficult moments for everyone, and it's not a
Yeah,
long
I
term
think we were
thing.
talking about defending, trying to get away from the chart because everyone was getting a bit upset. And I think I was trying to prolong that because I seen what you were doing, deflecting away from it, which is fair enough because we were talking about it a lot. But then I think Barney wanted to carry on with the charter stuff. And then,
Barney,
yeah, Bernie, is it?
Barney, Barney,
Not Barney.
no,
No.
yeah,
Oh,
Barney's
Barney.
in
Yeah.
I
How I
think
Met
you
Your
say
Mother.
Barney. It might be your accent, man.
He's in How I Met Your Mother, I think. Yeah.
Yeah,
But Dara, I'll just let Dara come in and say hello. How are you?
I
Yeah,
got
hi to everyone on this very, very tragic day. I just wanted to thank the panel and the chat, and it just goes to show that we stick together. It takes courage to allow, excuse me, a platform like this to continue and allow people to grieve in whatever way they want to. And that speaks volumes for who we are as people and fans. So I just wanted to jump in and say thank you.
Oh, like I said to
I will.
Barney, I don't know what we want to do. I don't know about doing it, but like I don't. As I said, if this was monetized, it wouldn't be happening.
No, but here's the issue:
So that's why I want people to
you
call in,
you
even if
did
they only
it,
come in for 2 minutes.
but you
Oh,
did
we have
it.
to show our respect. We have to show our respect.
But there are
His
many
family, you know what I mean?
platforms, JK, that are not doing that, and it's not that they're
Okay.
disrespecting. It takes courage
Bit
to
of
come
courage.
on and talk
Yeah.
about
Yeah.
something. I mean, unfortunately, I deal with tragedy in my line of work literally every week. So, but
Yeah, you know how
as
we feel. Yeah.
as a family that we are, I think it's incredible to have so many people in the chat and on the panel that are free to say what they are able to say, and even what you said, Brian. It takes courage, because I know you're thinking, should I entertain this show or not? Because it's hard, but you did, and you're helping a lot of people. As the chat are helping each other, and the panel, they're helping each other. So that's all I want to say.
Here, Dara.
Welcome,
And
Dara.
great to hear from you, Nalante. I thought you'd move to another galaxy.
Yeah, long time no see. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, Dara. Yeah, just like you and your. Well, I'm not doing your line of work, of course. So yeah, I just got a bit of work, so my patterns all over the place. So I was speaking to the boys offline, JK Bryce. So I'll come on when there's time, there's free time anyway. So it's all over the place at the moment. So, but
Yeah, of course. Emotions are running high, and now is a good time for people to just say what they think, and people deal with grief in many, many different ways. And
100%.
so, and this is the reason why having this opportunity in a or on a platform where we all love Liverpool, and we're able amongst friends to express those emotions, and I think that's fantastic.
Exactly that. Exactly that. And a word out for his brother as well, Andre.
Yeah.
Like he was in
Absolutely.
the car as well. Yeah, yeah. So I'd love to do a minute sort of silence where no one in the chat talks and us guys don't talk. We can do like for a
Sure.
minute at the end of the show.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
And I think there was
Great,
one
Jake.
already, JK. I think it was the women's Portugal.
Spain game, yeah.
Yeah, with a minute's
Yeah.
silence. So
Yeah.
Should we do it now,
One
guys?
minute.
Should we do a minute silence for Diogo?
that's down to Brian.
Brian?
I just don't want anybody coming into the chat not knowing that we're doing one.
Yeah, the chat will stay silent as well for a minute as well. We can do that. Innit?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We can do
Okay,
it on the
ask the
218.
chat to do it, and then we can all do it together then.
Silent the chat. Yeah. Okay.
Just say when you want to go, and then we'll count it.
We've got the timer top left anyway.
Yeah, I've got a timer here. Well, yeah, if that's something you would like to do.
Yeah, I'd like to do that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, so if everybody in the chat is okay with that, then we'll do that from now. So everybody on the chat, just starting from now.
Come on then.
Just a moment of reflection there for everybody. A minute's silence, a moment's silence, but a time of just reflection. Hopefully, everybody during that moment's silence did remember one thing, or one moment, or one goal, one celebration, because that's what this guy has given us. He's given his family things, but us as Liverpool fans, us as football fans, we connect to him in a different way. We can appreciate him and love him as a human, but we can always have the memories that he has given us as fans. And hopefully, over the summer now, we'll have more and more time to look back on those moments and those things that he did, because he played a huge part. The club tonight has retired his number,
Yeah.
number
Oh, well
20.
done. Well
Oh, that
done.
means how big
Yeah,
he was.
yeah. Without even
Well,
a
that's
moment's
nice.
no, yeah, when nobody even needed to tell anybody that number is now retired. It was only a matter of someone confirming it. So
Well,
that,
as most people know, I have one or two shirts. I couldn't even bring myself to wear my Jota shirt.
Yeah.
I've retired that too.
Zara, do
yeah,
you think that they should wear like black shorts? I was trying to say to Brian earlier something a bit more than an armband. And Levante, you agree to me, right? Is he there?
something more than, yeah, just other than a kind of a season long tribute, kind of maybe.
Yeah.
And the number 20 on the
To him.
shirt, I think, with the 96 or 7, if they've got that number. I think a number
Um,
20 underneath that.
I would just say a black armband with the number 20 would be sufficient.
Well, for
But
the whole
Jake is
season.
kind of saying maybe we could do something. We could make a change to our kits that would allow us to do something over the season, as opposed to just wearing a black armband
Yeah,
for
like
the
black
first
shorts.
game, like wearing black shorts for the season, or wearing
Something different.
something
Black
like that,
socks.
just
Black
to
socks.
make it. I don't know.
I'm not adverse to that idea.
Okay.
But
But
for me,
Yeah,
I'm
Mhm.
equally okay with the armband and just the number 20.
I'd dedicate the whole season to him. Number 20 underneath
yeah.
the 97. For me, that'd be
Yeah.
classic. Yeah, really nice. It's there. Um, yeah, that'll be on every
But you
shirt,
know they'll come. They'll come. Like, I know one of the things with black is uh for for colorblind viewers, they are taken into account when they talk about certain kits not being able to play against each other. Part of that is because colorblind people, it looks like the same. Uh, it looks like the same. The teams are wearing the same color, and so I don't know about being able to change colors against other teams and all that. But I think there should be kind of like maybe a change to the crest or something. I don't know. I don't know, but maybe just something that means we're wearing it, whether we're wearing our home kit or a red kit or white kit, that we're wearing something.
Yeah. I'm sure the club is
Um,
thinking of something, and then they got to be, haven't they? I mean, they've retired his shirt already, so they must be on it.
yeah,
So
Yeah.
I mean,
My
they
suggestion would be
Abdul is
this.
saying we should retire the. We have Abdul. They've already announced Abdul. They've retired it. We were
I
we
would
were
just
talking about it on our. Sorry, Dara. Sorry, I was just gonna say he was saying we should retire the number 20. We were only talking about it, and about 5 minutes later, someone put it in chat. Yeah, they've already done it.
is
They've
it on
retired
the
it.
official Liverpool site? Can you check, Brian?
Yeah.
Can you pull up Twitter? Is it okay?
What is it you want to see?
The retired thing. See if Liverpool are posted.
Yeah. Uh,
But if I may jump in, I would like us to have
Please do.
another minute silence when Lady B is in as well, because yeah, the club means more to her than so many people, and I would like her to be part of it.
Oh, Bernie was here, but she left.
I know, but I mean for another minute silence.
Oh, sorry. Yes, yes.
What, is she back?
No,
I,
I'm just saying when
I
she
don't.
does join, she's a very, very loyal supporter, and obviously from Liverpool. And I would like her to be part of the minute silence.
There
When we,
is. Sorry, there is nothing currently on the official Liverpool website about the shirt being retired.
Who said it?
Plenty of people in the chat there are saying that it's been official, but nothing quite yet on.
Maybe it was an ITK saying this, and then it spread then like a rumor.
Yeah, I don't want to keep, be scrolling. That's a statement there. There have been some. Mr. Battle saying it's an article in the Tribune. Okay, article on the Tribune. They were obviously getting some words from the
I'm
players.
having a look now. Retired Diogo shirt official. Football Hub. Can you pull that up, right? Football Hub. Because they're the ones saying it.
Okay.
So FUTBOL, and then just Hub, and then it's their post then on Diogo. Am I getting lag? Has it changed? Did you
No,
type
it's
it?
fine. It's fine. I'm just
right.
sorry. I'm just I can't find that. But I'm trying to keep up here with. It's in the Archon Tribune. Number 20 will be okay. Victory. Okay. I will try and find it. But I don't want people to stop talking while I'm off looking for stuff.
Okay. Well, I'm just.
Right. It's just Football Hub 7 at Football Hub 7. So if you just type that in the search bar, and then you just come up straight away.
Yeah, I just wanted to jump in and say what I had to say and show my.
You gotta go. Okay.
Yep, show my respects to everyone.
Have a good day, bro.
No, okay, I can't find that. At the moment, I can't find that. It's telling me that.
So I'm not sure if you can hear me anymore, but
yeah, I can.
Anyway,
Sorry, don't send me off.
Those were my parting thoughts.
Yeah, Dar,
Thanks, Dar.
I just said
Thanks, Dar.
nice to see you, bro.
Can you hear us?
Likewise to everyone, and
Take it easy, fella.
these kind of emotions are hard to deal with.
Yeah.
So
I was crying earlier, mate. You missed it. Like I was pretty emotional.
So I'm sure you're not the only one, and it's affected us all in different ways. So just stick together, and you'll never walk alone. And just make sure that you speak to family and friends, and we'll move forward, and we'll deal with the tragedy in our own certain ways. But again, thank you to everyone for being part of the brother and sisterhood, which is this channel and others. But I will bid you all a good night.
Thanks, Dar.
Okay.
Brian, I found.
Just put the link. Put the link in the private chat, Jake.
How do I do that?
If you find it, just put the links in the private chat.
In the private chat. Oh, let me have a look. Okay.
You see it there on the right.
I was going to read it out what they said, because from what I can see from this link, Liverpool have actually said that they're retiring the thing, but it's not actually on the Liverpool page.
No, it's not on the homepage yet.
No.
We've got some words from Virgil van Dijk.
Yeah.
Virgil said, "Man, I can't believe it. I don't want to believe it. Absolutely devastated in total disbelief. What a human being, what a player, but most importantly, what an unbelievable family man. You meant so much to all of us, and you will always will. For your family to lose two sons, a husband, and a father is unimaginable, so cruel and unfair. My heart is breaking for all your beautiful family. A champion forever, number 20 forever. It's been a privilege. We will miss you. Rest in peace, Diogo and Andre. Man, Jesus Christ, lads. Oh, like he says, two sons in one instant. Oh, fuck,
So
lads.
unfair, man.
This club, I'm not going to go down the why always Liverpool, but this club has too much practice at dealing with shit like this.
Yeah.
Fuck, man. Too much. Like JK and Alante were at the parade. We go to the parade. We have that
Yeah, that was mad.
that thing afterwards. Thankfully, nobody, unbelievably, miraculously, nobody lost their life at that parade. Hopefully, everyone. I'm sure psychologically, some of them will never get over it, but maybe at least physically, they might get over it. You know, and then this. You know, this isn't about Liverpool, and I don't want this to sound like this is about Liverpool. It's not about Liverpool. It's about a young man and his brother that lost their lives in a traffic accident. That he just happened to be a footballer that played for Liverpool. That's a side note. The fact is, he's a human being, a man. That, you know, what he does for his day job is irrelevant. But this is what it means. This is what it means. Shit like this.
I put the link in, Brian.
It's hard. It's hard. Okay, it is hard. I'll have a look in a sec.
Oh,
That's from Virgil.
it's
That's
sad, man.
gone from Virgil. I know Ibu has already posted. I don't know. I know. Uh, I'll try read these. I'm not great at reading. Joe Gomez has said, "I don't feel I have the right words. Like everyone, I am truly devastated and in shock. I just want to send all my love and prayers to the family of Diogo and Andre. I can't imagine how difficult this must be, and I hope we can do all that we can to support them. I'll always cherish my memories of you and the special person you were." Fuck, man.
So deep in it.
There's Ibu. Ibu was sharing some videos of him and Jota together.
He was good at gaming, man. Did you see some of his Twitch stuff with Jota?
Yeah, he loved his. He loved his. He had his own little team and everything. He had his own
Yeah.
online sports thing going on.
And he would just talk to people normally, like there would be no like, oh, I'm a level above you or anything. He was like a really humble guy. Do you know what I mean? If you've seen him in the street, you feel like you could just go over and chill.
Yeah, oh yeah, yeah, definitely. He had that character, you know.
Yeah.
He wasn't big time. He might have enjoyed his you know his bit of bling or his nice cars or you know, but he wasn't. Yeah, he didn't have that attitude. He was definitely like someone you imagine you could probably walk up and even if he was a bit busy, he'd give you a selfie or he'd do whatever, you know, that kind of guy.
Yeah. I'm still waiting for Mo's to see what Mo has said. Has he said anything now?
I don't know. I'm not sure.
Did that link
Ibu.
work that I put in for you? Or because it's about
Oh,
retiring the
I'll have
shirt.
a look. I haven't looked at it yet. Sorry, I'll have a look at it now.
Okay. Because that link will take you straight to the retiring shirt stuff that you've been talking about.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Right. This is
I'm pretty
100%.
sure that's how the chat were talking about it because of that link.
Yeah, is that 100% correct?
I don't know. That's the link that
Yeah.
I was on, and it said the retirement. Why it's not working? Is it?
No, no, no. I'm just suspicious. I'm always suspicious because that's not on the actual official one that I've
Yeah.
seen.
Can you
But it
read?
might
But
be.
if you read it,
Might,
it seems pretty official. The stuff they're saying coming from Liverpool. If you read it, it's pretty official. It doesn't look like something that could be faked, but you never know. But
yeah. No, that's
I
the
don't know. It,
statement
it
there.
seems pretty official, doesn't it, Brian?
Yeah, that is a statement there that is saying, uh, and while cruelly has proved to be, that's well, that's not the beginning of a statement. And while cruelly has proved to be his final season, the number 20 might be immortalized.
Yeah, that
Okay,
means they won't wear it anymore.
yeah,
No one will wear it again.
okay,
But I
okay,
don't understand why they haven't put it on the actual Liverpool page.
yeah,
That's what I don't get.
exactly.
But it does look pretty official the way they put it, doesn't it? I mean, if someone made that up, that's a bit weird.
Yeah, that's the official site there.
Yeah, and they haven't said it,
Yeah,
have they?
there's nothing on the official. That's why I was just a little bit on that, bit wary on that one.
Yeah,
Because there is no official statement on that. Yeah, yeah. We'll see, but I think it's only a matter of time. It's only a matter of
yeah.
time. I think it will happen, and it's only a matter of time, without a
I
doubt.
hope so. I hope that other page is right because that's how it should be.
Mm.
They
No,
should
it's just the way it
retire.
started with the word "and." That's
Yeah.
not. That shouldn't have started like that. It wouldn't be an official statement. That sounded like it was a statement cut in half, and that was the second paragraph or something.
Mm.
Because it started with "and," basically. Um, but it's Jesus, lads.
It's horrible.
It is it. It's still just like a kind of a dream. We're sitting there looking at pictures and things like that. People like Jurgen Klopp, people like Ronaldo, people all over just coming out, just going, "This is not real.
Hmm.
This is just not what's supposed to happen." we've lost uh, we've lost one of the good guys, I suppose. Without a doubt, we've lost one of the good guys. Yeah, everyone's heartbroken. I know everyone's heartbroken. You're trying to think about him. You're trying to think about his family. You're trying not as well. You're trying not to think about other things. You're trying not to think about football. You're trying not to
Mm.
think about Liverpool. You're trying to tell yourself this is not to,
Bigger than football.
yeah, this shouldn't have anything to do with anything. But then we know in a week, 2 weeks, the world is going to move.
Yeah.
It's going
He
to,
was so big, though. Today on Sky, all day has just been Diogo Jota. Seriously, all day. That's how
yeah,
big
that's
he
all it
is.
should be. Yeah, that's all it should be. That's why I booted out that guy earlier on. He can go. I don't care what his name was.
What happened? What did he do?
Oh, your man just coming in saying we need to grow up and move on and think about the transfer window and blah blah
Oh
blah.
my
People
God.
lose their lives. Come on, get out.
That's a bit
Yeah,
like that PSG.
whatever.
Remember I told you about the PSG guy? It might be him. Sounds similar to what he said.
Yeah, I know some of the bigger. Like if I was a big channel, there like 10,000 people watching or something, there'd be loads of horrible people, but there hasn't been and that wasn't even that horrible. He's just an asshole. Um,
You
there
know that
hasn't been
screen you
anything.
got now? Is that Twitter?
That's the official Liverpool site. Yeah.
Oh, right. I was going to say, could you have a look to see if that idiot has deactivated or not
No, I won't go.
for
No, we
me?
won't give them
Because he
anything.
really
Don't worry.
upset me earlier.
We'll have a look later on. I mean, that's just such a lovely picture. I mean, there's a statement on behalf of Michael Edwards and Richard Hughes, which I don't know. Right. I sent there. This is from Hughes and Edwards. Obviously, just so people know that these people are speaking. There's nothing that we can say in this moment to ease the pain of such a devastating tragedy. We all feel utterly bereft right now. In such heartbreaking circumstances, it's our responsibility to acknowledge the collective grief we are experiencing, to pay tribute to Diogo, and to offer unwavering support to his family, who remain our absolute priority. Diogo's wife, Rute, their three beautiful children are facing an unimaginable loss. This tragic accident has not only taken Diogo, but also Andre. We mourn them both equally. We respect the family and give them space. We as a Liverpool family are also struggling to come to terms. Teammates, friends, colleagues are consumed by shock and sorrow. This is a tragedy that transcends Liverpool Football Club. In the coming days, we as a club will look to honour our beloved number 20 with respect and affection he so richly deserves. We will strive to make these tributes meaningful and inclusive of our supporters to whom Diogo meant so much. For now, we express the love that is filled with deep sorrow and pain. We've lost someone truly irreplaceable. Rest in peace, Diogo. Oh, man, that shit is
Man.
tough. That shit is tough to read.
Even the ocean in Portugal today is mad angry at what's happened because the waves are huge, really big. So even the ocean is pissed off. I'd be pissed off as well. It's like the god of Portugal, isn't he?
Mhm.
I feel angry and upset, like I can't explain that.
Yeah,
I wish I could just go back and say, get out of the fucking car, Diogo. Get out. I just can't, though. Can't. And I think that angers me that I can't go back and rewind time. Does that make sense?
No, of course not. Of course it does. Of course it absolutely makes sense. Just we all want to go back and just say, look, man, get an Uber. Yeah,
Yeah.
don't just do it this or get the train. Guess believe me, I'm from the future. Believe me, man. You don't want to drive tonight. Cool.
Yeah, like a Back to the Future type thing. Yeah, you got it.
That's what we if we could do that, man, we could flick that switch. Uh,
It's mad, man.
what do we do as a football fandom? We just, it's it's tough to read a lot of those things. Like deluded Steve was saying, or he says he just loses it when he reads these player messages. I mean, even the word I know you hear Hughes and Edwards, these kind of people.
Yeah.
But you can hear the heartbreak in that. That's a human thing. I mean, that's got nothing to do with being
What
the
does root?
CEO or anything like that. That's just about someone they know as a person who's
Yeah.
just been taken.
Mm-hmm.
What does the mother say to the kids? So what can she say? How can you tell the kids? They're sorrowful. Like what can you say to your kids?
There's no humans aren't programmed to deal with those kind of things, man. They're not human. They're not programmed to be able to. You don't ever think, okay, well, you think like, well, if I don't know, uh, if I lose my fucking key, if I lose my credit card, I'll do, or like, I don't know, if I lose my job, we'll do this, or I'll have another plan, or if I need to go back, you don't plan for how will I react
Yeah.
in a scenario like even vaguely like this. This is not something the mind is programmed to do. Like you just said, how do you
Yeah.
tell three kids?
How can you
You,
tell them? Or what do you tell them? It's,
like one of the kids is 5, they're gonna know maybe one of the kids a little bit younger or something, but just you won't be able. I just fear, I hope that girl has, like Michael Edwards is saying there, um, everyone around, not just Liverpool, like the people around the family need to give them every kind of support, and by that they mean clinical, medical,
Yeah.
everything. Psychologists, grief counselors, everything. If they want to do it their own way, their own priests and all that, they can. But the club has to be there to do. You can't fix it, but you do what you can. You do what you can to
Yeah, and
help.
I hope the club withhold his contract as well, and they keep the contract going for the family, so they got money. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah. No, again, it'd be a lovely gesture as well.
Yeah.
But this is just a day. It's one of those days, JK, isn't it, where people are having to kind of a lot of football fans. We're all here on we've had some issues, like we said before,
Mm-hmm.
but we've never had to deal. So everyone here that we all talk about, all the people we talk to every night, we're now having to communicate with each other in a different way, aren't we?
Yeah. But fans have been cool on the show. Yeah, respectful. Um, yeah, nothing's bigger than life itself. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Hence why,
You've got all
seriously,
these other fans.
don't
Oh, sorry,
stress.
go ahead, JK. Go ahead, JK.
I
Sorry,
got,
sorry.
no, I was gonna say, like, life, man, it's a delicate thing. Look after yourself. Stay strong. Be happy. And, don't look at yesterday. Don't look at to the future. Just think about now. You know. What are you gonna say, Brian?
No, I was just saying, even you got the fans from all, not just, I guess, fans from other clubs. So it's just humans being humans, and it's
Yeah.
all kind of like even as an Arsenal fan, it's like you don't even need to say even as an Arsenal fan. You just need to say as a human, as a person. It's like just club colors go in the bin on a day like today.
Yeah, yeah. Like the Man United fans, Arsenal fans, everyone they've been signed. The ones I've
Yeah,
seen.
there's no
Showing respect. Yeah, yeah.
the
Evertonians,
real
everyone.
ones, the real ones. Forget all these
The
So,
real
no.
sorry,
football. Yeah.
guys. I don't know what happened, and it glitched me out. Like completely glitched me out. I don't know what the hell
You're
happened.
fine. You're fine, man. You're fine.
Did I drop out though? Did you see me drop out?
You
So I
were
had to
just gone for
join
a
again.
second. Yeah, we're only gone for a couple of seconds. Yeah.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, there's been a huge amount of people at Anfield. Triller from Manila saying there'll
Mm-hmm.
be a vigil tonight in Portugal. Um, Peter saying from utter joy to devastation within a week, too much to bear for anyone. I mean, like I said, the human brain can't go from getting married to someone to burying them within 10 days. That's just
Yeah.
not how it's supposed to work. Triller saying his funeral being the same church he got married in only days ago. Like as I said earlier on, if you were trying to write a sad story, someone would say, "No, that's just too much sadness. You can't do that. That's too much. That's not realistic." But
Wait,
real life
wait,
is
wait.
worse.
The
Real life is
ceremonies
worse.
from when he got married is going to be the ceremony where his funeral.
Yeah, he's same church, same church. Yeah,
Oh my god.
I'm assuming he's from a small town and they got married in maybe their local family. Because I'm assuming they're Catholic and that's normal. You get married in your kind of parish or whatever, and that would be his. You might not have to get married there, but you certainly would have your funeral. You definitely would have your funeral in your parish church if you're Catholic, and it is quite quick. Catholic
That's
funerals
going to
can
hit
be
her so hard though,
quite
because
quick,
they
but
just
that's
got
great.
married.
When people are saying the funeral is tomorrow, if it's Catholic, I'd imagine it'll be a removal. Sorry, you can't. You, the funeral won't be tomorrow. I don't. That can't be right. Even as a Catholic, you have to have a removal the evening before, and then you have even if it's only one day after. But you can't go from what happened unless they're a different religion. I'm not sure, but
Yeah.
That's too quick. When people say the funeral will be tomorrow, there may be
Surely there's investigation as well. Anyway, before, like, they got to look into everything about the car, and there'll be investigations. There's no way they can have a funeral in one day.
No, that's people saying the funeral tomorrow.
I don't think
we
there is.
won't speculate until we know. But that is
I've never
even
heard of
by
a
Catholic
funeral the
standards,
next day. Have you, Bri?
it's too quick. It's been I
Yeah.
mean, I've been to funerals where it's kind of it'll be 2 or 3 days.
Yeah, at the least. Some days it's 7 days, isn't it?
Yeah, it can be 2 weeks. It can at the family's request, but if you want it done quickly, it can be done. In England, you
No,
have
I've
to wait
never
2
heard of
weeks.
one next day, man. That's just
No, in England, the law is 2 weeks. You have to wait 2 weeks in England, which is why it's a big issue for sometimes,
yeah.
But yeah, for something even in Ireland, you can pass away and then within a couple of days, you can have removal and then be buried. It can happen quite quickly. It usually does happen within about 5 days. The whole thing, sort of, but you have to have a removal the night before, which is a separate mass, and then the body is basically removed from the funeral home to the church, and then the next day you will have the funeral. Now, that's just as Roman Catholic. I don't know what their version of his religion is. But even in any, it can't be tomorrow. It just can't. It can't be. Logistically, it can't be.
Because they have to investigate as well, don't they? Because
Well, people have
everything
to
that
come.
happens.
People have to come from all over the world. You can't just have it within 24 hours.
No.
People have to travel there and get there. Those, again, it's not like they're waiting for people to get there, but
I'm sure they're going to be investigating the crash, why it happened, and there's no way it can be done in a day because the investigations can be open, isn't it?
Yeah, no, that's just not possible at all. I'd imagine the funeral might be in 3 to 4 days' time.
Yeah.
That would make more sense if it is a typical kind of Roman Catholic thing. But also, like you said, if there's any kind of investigation, then that will. But you have to have. It doesn't just go straight to funeral. There's a thing that happens, there's another thing that happens, and then there's a funeral.
Daily Mail earlier as well. Why they were sharing pictures of the crash is disgusting.
Yeah, and they're asked not to go after the family, and they went after the family.
They deleted the tweet, man, but all the Liverpool fans already got their names, the reporters that put the tweet up, and they got them. They found out who they were.
It's the world.
You can't do stuff like that and then delete the tweet and pretend you didn't do it, no.
Right. I think we can. I think we might end the show there tonight, lads. I know the two boys are on mute.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
Oh God, have I said something annoying again?
No. It's nearly 3 hours, and it's. I don't really want to talk about anything else other than this, and I think we probably we've spoken about it for. I can't really do too much more. It is kind of intermittently upsetting. So no, I appreciate everyone that's coming in. It has been a long show.
Thanks for having me on anyway.
No, not at all, man. You're not at all. Don't worry about that thing with Barney. I'll try and sort that out. But just to everyone that's been in, we will speak again soon. And
I don't think there's anything wrong. I think she was just a bit oversensitive.
No. It
was
just it was a miscommunication more than anything else, really.
I was just basically explaining what you guys were on about with the defense and the trophy.
No, you're cool, man. You're cool. Don't worry about it. You're cool. Don't worry about it.
Cool.
But yeah, just again, anybody that wants to say anything, Nalante, JK, do you want to say anything before we head off?
Yeah, thanks.
Can we put his song up, guys? Can we put the 20 song on before we go?
I can't put music. I can't put any audio. Yeah, I can't put audio.
Okay.
If you can sing it, you can sing it.
Okay, should we sing it?
I don't sing, but if you want to sing it, you can sing it, man.
I'm sure we're not all pro singers, but we could just have a go. Okay, ready?
It's
Oh,
up
he
to the
wears the
boys.
number 20. He will lead us to victory. And when he's running down the left wing, he cuts inside and scores for LFC. Come on. I'm not singing it all.
Delante is the singer, Delante is the singer, man.
Go on, Leante. Come on, bro.
Nelante. You've been calling him Levante, Leante. It's Nelante.
I can't. It's a very cool name. It's very unique. So I find it hard to. Levante.
Nilante.
Nilante.
Yeah,
Nilante.
not Levante, Nelante. I
Nilante.
just noticed earlier on you were calling him Levante. I thought that was hilarious.
Sorry,
And
mate.
Bernie, you were calling Bernie Barney, and you were calling Nelante Levante.
It's your accent, Brian. You say things and it sounds different.
Okay.
When you say Bernie, it sounds like Barney.
All right, Barney. All right, Barney. Yeah. Okay.
But yeah, I was singing it, but no one joined in.
Yeah, I told you I wasn't going to join in. I don't, even at funerals, I don't sing. But yeah, that's Nelante's still on mute. So, JK, do you want to say anything before we head off?
Yeah, just want to say everyone to stay cool and stuff. It's been a sad day. Just show respect and stuff, and we'll see you soon.
Yeah, good to see you, bro.
And also
Right,
that link
Nelante.
where we can put our condolences in. If anyone can put the link in the chat again, that'd be cool.
Red for Life put that in earlier on. Red for Life, if you still have that link
Yeah, I can do
for
it.
the.
Oh, do you know what? That would be lovely. That would, if we had number 20s on our shirt, right, when we play, and then Red for Life underneath. That would be amazing. The players showing their job is Red for Life. Do you know what I mean?
Oh, I think they'll do something on the tour. I think they'll definitely do something. They'll all wear number 20, or they'll all wear a Jota or something. They definitely will.
Yeah.
We should look out for that.
I hope Mo's all right, because he's been very silent, like, and I know he's very sensitive. Mo Saleh's very sensitive.
They all know what it's like to be young family men. They're all living the same kind of life. They all know what it means for the kids and the wives.
Yeah.
They all know what this means now. But yeah, JK has put the link in there for anyone that didn't know about it. That's the link to the Book of Condolences, the online Book of Condolences. And
cool.
Yeah, you all know what to do.
Okay.
But thank you for everybody. Thank you everybody in the chat.
Yeah, thanks for having me on, guys. Take care, yeah?
No problem. Take care. Good night, everybody. Bye-bye.
Good night, guys.